Hello, everybody. Welcome to the event. I hope everyone's been having a great time. I have with me our wonderful, fabulous, fantabulous goblins in front of me. And yes, fantabulous is a now word. It's a goblin word. It means super awesome. Okay. So we're gonna just like dive right in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you all to. We're gonna create your tribe. And then I'm going to get you to describe who you are as part of the adventure, okay? So, so the first thing I need to know is what's the name of your tribe? And audience, feel free to throw in suggestions because chat is a wonderful thing. Just understand the delay. But yeah, all right. Players, tribe name. Something that starts with a K. It's Trish. This is Trish. It is Trish. So something that starts with a K. Yeah. All right. So something that starts with a K. Hit me.
Cool kids clubs.
Cool kids clubs. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. All one. Let's do 1K because there's too many to make it not okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I said it, that
You know what? We're gonna no. We're gonna actually spell it with. They're all C's. Kids is a hard C. So it's the Triple C Club. Yeah.
Goblins probably don't spell common as well as native common speakers. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is fancy goblin is what this is. All right. So let us begin. It is a forest. Your forest is a lush and dark place. It's perfect for goblins. You've lived here for generations. Surrounding you are like other competing goblin nations. There's a human settlement to the north, which goblins call up. Koatoa live in the caves across the river, and there's dangerous beasts ever present. Every year, for as long as anyone can remember, there have been the trials. They're a sacred rite of passage from squib, it's a young goblin, to hunter, adult goblin. It's a functioning adult in the tribe society. So what we're going to do is there's been a wooden stage erected in the middle of the village where the start of the ceremony is starting to begin. The sun's set, the bonfire in the middle of the village is bright. And we just had a respelling of cool, so it's cool now. I'm here for it. Someone throws a fire, some of this literally thrown into the fire as others point and laugh. Blorp the biter is picking his nose. Every adult goblin is wearing their mask. There are wings, claws, beaks, colors of all shades, and every mask is unique to the goblin who crafted it. The sun finishes setting. Gronk, the queen's speaker, stands up, and everyone shushes each other excessively. Today, goblins stand and tell why they deserve hunter trials, why they get masked. Everyone else cheers as you all stand and introduce yourself. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to say your goblin name, and then I would like you to tell me in one simple sentence why your character is worthy of a goblin mask. And I'll give you a couple examples because that way I can take them and you can't use them. You defeated a creature in a hunting party, or you won an arm wrestling match with Crud the Stone Lifter, or you came with that tactic that almost worked. So you have like a one-word name. So we'll start at the top of my little monitor and we'll go with Merwin.
I'm Rug. I deserve to be Hunter Goblin because I have the smirts. All the smirts.
The smirts.
So therefore, I be good for tribe.
and I just okay, yeah, the smirts, SMRT, right? All right, excellent. Okay, next up, John.
All right, I am Glebe. I hit hard, so I should be Hunter.
Awesome, that's perfect. All right, Kyle.
I Hork can steal acorn from squirrel without them knowing. Never see.
Hork can
Nerf
steal
Hunter
an
mask.
acorn That's awesome. Squeakity squeak, 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 squeak. And Taryn?
I'm Mook. I focus. I miss nothing.
Awesome.
And I move.
You miss nothing
with
and you
the
move in
world.
sync. All right, sweet. Okay, as the last of you, Mook, finish declaring your worthiness. Gronk yells for quiet again. Quiet! And everyone kind of shushes himself. People hit each other more than they actually shush themselves. I mean, goblins, right? Queen stands. Audience, no, we need a queen name. What queen name? What queen name? I'm gonna, if I type too loud, let me know. I'm sorry. All right. So
Same with me, and if my braille display is a little too strong,
It's
let me know as well.
fine. All right.
Cool.
You go get mask part now from things found in trials. Tabitha. Queen Tabitha demand. You go get mask parts now from things found in trials. Come back before fire turned yellow, or don't come back. The village cheers again. She throws a powder into the fire, turning it to deep, deep blue, announcing the start of the trials. You guys all know that from previous years watching and kind of like participating as Squib Goblins, when the fire burns yellow again, you have to be finished. You also all know that the blue doesn't always last till sunrise. So you can't waste time. And they're not kidding
Focus
around.
is good.
They're not kidding around. If you don't finish trials, you don't come back. Okay. So who be group leader? Gronk want know. Gronk want know who group leader.
I have the smirts. Be leader.
You be leader. Gronk hands you a list of 4 different places that you can go. And we're going to get to that in a second. But here's what I want you guys to answer. And we're going to get the audience to help me too. So here's a bunch of the questions that we've got. What time was greatest win for tribe? As in, like, what was the greatest moment of the tribe's history so far? Greatest win, greatest. Yeah. What win, greatest win for tribe? And what greatest losing tribe ever suffer? And this is also for you guys, you 4 playing with me. I'd like you to tell me as well. What ideas do you have for that one?
Greatest win
Yeah.
would be
Okay. Izzy Boshi just described the greatest win for tribe. No one else needs to enter anything because that just won. Greatest moment when all goblins farted at the same time, scaring away owlbear.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah. Perfect.
Classic triple C.
Greatest lose when they tried again. It wasn't farts. I'm sorry.
Oh God! Yeah! Oh! Oh!
Great shame.
Great shame that day.
Oh!
Great
Moment that shall not be named.
Great, unfortunately. Yeah.
The farts that
it's
were
just
not.
the moment.
Oh God!
All right.
Oh.
What tribe think of Koatoa village across river?
Nice stuff, not nice people.
Perfect. Nice stuff, not nice people. Okay. And what tribe think of city up from village?
I think
Big
they
wall.
smell funny.
Smell funny.
Have good food, but smell real funny.
Perfect. All right. Have good food, smell real funny. I dig it. All right. So the little list that Gronk has given you has directions of the 4 different trial locations and their names next to them. So I'm going to give these to you 4. I'd like you to try and remember I'm going to give the audience members 2. You're going to pick the first one. And then while you're kind of like playing, I'm going to get the audience and the disembodied voice to help me track what the next 3 in order are going to be. My only request for the audience is that the bone piles are last. So I'm going to paste this into the chat and you can all try and decide what you want. So we got piles of stuff, and that's up. This is north. But goblins don't know north, they just know up. You have jungle colors, that's that way. You have black rock, which is other way. And you have the bone piles, which is down.
Black Rock.
Black rock, gotta vote for black rock. Smirts, what do you think?
Good place as any.
All right, so we'll start going other way towards Black Rock. All right, so after it takes about an hour trudging through the forest, and it's dark and kind of like that awesome kind of broken trees, and anyone else, like to the rest of us, would be like, this is kind of a creepy forest. For goblins, it's awesome. This is like your home. This is perfect. I mean, every now and then you see a dead thing. Who cares? That's just lunch later. Like, really, it doesn't matter.
It's nature.
Take a moment to poke every dead thing I find.
Do you poke every single one?
Just a moment, but it's required.
Is it just like that, kind of like pass by, like?
Yeah, like when you slap the rice when you walk by it. It's just a moment. It's not, it doesn't matter, but it happens.
Do you know, I never actually thought of that. I totally do that. I absolutely slap the rice as I walk by those big bags of rice. You always do it. Good one. Nice.
I
All right.
did not know that.
It's important, highly scientific.
Okay.
Interesting.
So the thing about Black Rock is it's the tribe steers clear. This place is for the most part, this place is cursed. Any goblin who come here always leave strange, not good strange, bad goblin strange. You're noticing the trees are actually changing a little bit. It's getting a little more like lush and healthy, kind of like lots of shades of green instead of that just nice one dull shade of green that you all like. Yeah, I don't know. It's something about it. And you kind of get the heebie-jeebies as you're going in. You definitely would not be coming here if it weren't for the trials.
Is very green. Is weird green.
I thought it was
Great
black.
green.
What's that?
I thought it was black.
Name deceiving. Not good.
Is your goblin colorblind? Or does it just think every color is black?
Wait, I thought you said the rock was black.
Oh yeah, you haven't
So-
gotten there yet.
Oh, so this is the area around it. Okay.
Yeah. So as you kind of like, Taryn, do you want to make that part of your goblin character? Every color
Yes.
is black to you? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Even if it's not, like it was black. Absolutely. Was it red? Yeah,
My evil
absolutely
soul.
black. Yeah.
Very fitting. Yes, I will.
Yeah. Yeah. What color are all the multicolored Koatoa? Black, all of them. It's fantastic. Yeah. All right. So as you kind of get to the edge of this huge glade, you see a black stone obelisk standing about 40 feet tall in the center of an open, healthy glade. There's vines growing up the sides of it. Greenery in the glade is, like I said, uncomfortably lush. It's not as twisted or thick as the trees that surround it. And you can see these small flying lizards flitting around the top of the rock. You're currently 35 feet away from the obelisk, and the whole glade is probably around 70 feet in diameter.
There are like outcrops, there's things growing, like it's not just like a clear space between me and the obelisk.
Oh, why don't you give me a perception check? Actually, you don't need one for this, but give me a perception check for extra stuff.
Unnatural 20.
A dirty 20. Nice. All right. So you don't see, and there's like, see, you know how when you're getting ready to do the lawn, and you can there's always those like little poplar trees that are just trying so hard to grow, but you just end up mowing over them instead because not today, poplar. It's kind of like that. Like there's sprouts trying to grow through you can see these bricks that look like they are placed in way the before time that doesn't matter anymore. And now lots of green grass and kind of like longer things are growing on it, but nothing seems to get very long. You get the feeling that something is probably like goat mowing it down, you know? But on the obelisk, there's like lots of healthy vines growing up the side of the obelisk. You can still make out the black of the obelisk through the vines.
I like to look at my companions and go, I scout head, keep eye, shoot thing that's trying to eat me. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to look at the obelisk, use my command word BAMF, and have my leather armor turn to what looks like the leafiest, greenest, like a sequin dress, but a little longer and leafy. And if you touch it, it does like the one green to the other green moment. I'm just going to go straight flat and just start like wiggling my way across the ground towards the obelisk.
Like a worm.
Oh yeah, this is not pretty.
So you're basically doing like the worm, but like I almost imagine you're kind of like
Yeah.
Ass up, flat down, ass up, flat down, ass up.
What I think is stealthy. What I think is
yeah.
It's a weird looking vine.
And with that, Taryn, you can have inspiration. That was fantastic. Okay, Kyle, can I get you to give me a stealth check? Give me a stealth check.
good. That's my highest, a 21.
Yeah. So the rest of you are like, they did come with us, right? Like,
I think.
yeah. You managed to like stealth out. You're about halfway in. You haven't seen anything yet. Your call.
If nothing's there and no one else has anything to do, I'll just keep wiggling.
Okay, going all the way. You get all the way there.
I do what Goblin's doing. I'm gonna touch it.
You touch the obelisk.
No, that's the victory. The touch.
Nice. All right.
And then look.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
16.
Okay. So you're not thrown back, but you do take 2 force damage as you touch the obelisk, and the rest of you feel and hear this from the center of the obelisk. And this kind of like blast of energy bursts out from the obelisk.
What happens to all the lizards that were flying around? Do they take
That's
off?
a good question.
They saw him reaching up, and they all kind of hovered up a little bit and then came back down after the oof.
Oh.
Black rockets, you. Mhm.
I give him the thumbs up, straight up in the air.
With a little bit of smoke coming off the top of his head. Yeah. Oh, Merwin, you just got gifted rolls at an advantage. It was described as mini smirts to smartest goblin.
All the smirts. All the smirts.
So you have three rolls at advantage. So I'll let you decide when to use it. Basically 3 inspirations automatically given to you.
Nice.
So you can let
Thank
me know what
you,
you're gonna wear them.
generous gifter.
All right. And for what it's worth too, I'm pretty easy with the inspiration. So if you want to share those to save your companions, you're welcome to. All right.
So noted. Thank you.
Okay. So Kyle, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look after giving them the thumbs up. I'm gonna see what they're gonna do, if they want me to keep going or if they're gonna move forward or what. But thumbs up, don't touch it.
Thumbs up, don't touch it. No touchy. Okay.
Bird lizards. I'm gonna do a nature check. Do they bite?
Ooh, that's awesome. Yes, give me a nature check.
16.
16. They do bite. They bite, but they also sting. And they've got little stingers on their tail that you really don't want to get close to. You also see that they are starting to kind of pay attention to your teammate who's touching the rock right now. They seem
But do they taste good? Because it's been a long time since dinner.
they taste real good. And I would like to point out to the audience, a long time since dinner has been about an hour since dinner.
Long time.
Long time.
All right.
Discipline, my friend, discipline.
Thank you.
Okay. So what is your plan? So far, Kyle, I forget your character. I'm sorry.
Hork.
Hork?
Hork.
Yeah, you're Hork. Great.
Yeah.
So Hork, they are not, since you're not moving, they're not moving. Like they're kind of just hovering and watching. The rest of you, John, what was your character?
Gleep.
Gleep. Sorry, guys. I'm so used to looking at names on Zoom now that I forget. So actually, can I get my players change your Zoom
Hold
name
on.
to your character name, please? That'll help a lot.
You remember how to do that.
I totally forgot to do that before we started. Sorry, everybody. Professionalism. All right. Okay, so while they're doing that for us, let us see what's going to happen. So, from the outside, you hear kind of like this from the other edge of the glade, and Hork, as you kind of like peek around the edge of the rock, you see this really big beetle, and it kind of glows red from the inside. I mean, awesome, but also big. It's about the same size as you. You could probably ride it, to be honest.
I'm gonna wave my group down, give them the sign language of like big,
Hey,
burly,
group.
nom 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 nom.
Okay, so group, all three of you roll insight checks to see how you just interpreted that. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
17.
17. All right, Rug gets it.
10.
We're the smartest.
Glebe does not understand what you're talking about. What are you? And Tara,
Mook
Mook.
is got a. That will be 8. I don't get it.
All right. So Mook and Glebe, you can interpret the holding hands up next to the head and chomping moves he made with his hand as however you prefer. Rug, you got it.
I'm going to stop counting the tasty flying things
Yeah. Okay.
and pull out the bow and start looking. Okay.
All right. So
There's something out here.
At this point, let's roll initiative, please. I'll say
17.
for you. Da, 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 da.
8.
17, 8. Glebe, you said 17, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hork, how'd you do?
19.
19, and Mook.
Okay, I have to look at what my initiative is
Probably 1 or 2.
because it's not. Oh, come on. It's +3. Okay,
Oh, nice.
looks
Boom.
like. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Score. Salute.
So Unfortunately, I can't roll an actual initiative roll in a private chat. My initiative apparently sucks today.
All right. What is
that's
it?
a 6.
6. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna roll mine. Oh, well, that was okay. Okay, Glebe. Sorry, Hork. You're getting ready to go, and the pseudo dragons dive in. I literally rolled a 19, and I got a +1, which means I go right before you. So you kind of make a move, and the minute you make a move, two of the pseudo dragons dive in at you. You're gonna roll. Okay, so I just rolled a 4, so the first one missed, and the second one rolled a 14. Will a 14 get you? 14 won't. No?
Nope, I have a 15.
Well, to heck with me then. So my pseudo dragons both miss, and they swoop up again. And I'm
I'm gonna quick shout out to whoever gave me that armor, because it would have been 14 without it.
Betrayers! I mean, yay! Armor! All right. Okay. Next up is you, Hork.
All right, so they flew up back out of reach, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna double check if I have flyby. I thought I did, but I don't remember right off the top of my head because I'm pretty super pretty. I do not have flyby, so you can take an attack of opportunity on one of them if you like.
I'll start there.
And we'll call it A and B.
Well, the natural one will translate to, instead of me making an attack of opportunity, it looks like when a cat tries to jump up and swat at something that's not actually there. Highly grateful.
So before I accept that natural one, well, I will, and I do enjoy that, I will just remind Rug that they have a bunch of advantages that they can go away.
That is true.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Zero
I'll take
pressure.
the cat
If
flail.
you want to just watch the cat flail, I'm totally fine with that as well. Yeah.
It's early yet. I'm going to watch you flail a little.
All right. All right.
Will there be like ek?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. All right. So the pseudo dragons. So in your mind, the pseudo dragons send a telepathic image of you as a cat falling kind of back on your butt. Like they're literally mocking you now.
Oh, God.
As expected.
Yeah, I mean, as they do, right? Okay, Glebe, you're up.
Okay. I think it's time for rage.
That didn't take long.
Doesn't take long. that mocking.
Glebe not happy with Hork.
And is any pseudo dragon in boomerang range? Ooh, I don't know what my range is on that.
I think boomerang range is 30 feet, and if it is, then yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll try to hit the nearest one with a boomerang.
A or B, you get to pick. They're both about the same distance.
Okay. A.
A. All right. So we'll say A is over that way, and B is over the other way.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. That's a 21.
Oh yeah, that's totally gonna hit.
And I'll run up to Hork, or as close to Hork as possible after that, to just put that rage to good use if need be.
So you'll be able to get 5 feet away from Hork. So you should be like right next to Hork. Swat him upside the head. What's your damage do again? Sorry.
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah, that's like the most
smash.
important part. Yeah, the smash part. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There's that D4. That's 4.
4. Nice. Okay. So 4 damage. So you hit the pseudo dragon. It kind of does one of those like in the air tumbles, and then rights itself and catches itself and stays aloft. All right. So remember those big beetles that I told you saw, Hork, and then you proceeded to ignore? Well, they're getting closer to you. So you have a fire beetle coming on one direction of the obelisk, and another is coming from the opposite direction. So they're starting to surround you in this sort of square here. Only one can get next to you this round. They're a little bit slow, but the other one will probably be there the next round. So they're going to make, well, it's going to make its attack, and it will roll an 8. That will not hit you. If you roll another 1, it might. Does Glebe just laugh at it?
Cackling in rage. Yeah.
Cackling in rage. Yes.
Silly beetle.
Wow,
That
that's
is the
an
best-
interesting image
Yeah,
right
that is
there.
the best way to laugh. And rage, in rage is indeed the only way to laugh, as far as I'm concerned.
Jack Nicholson style. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right. Well, that's my turn. That was fast and easy. All right, Rug, you're up. Put those smirts to good use.
Smirts.
Yeah. So
No.
Pseudo Dragon A has been hit. Pseudo Dragon B has not. Fire Beetle A has tried to make an attack and embarrassed itself. Its glow dimmed a little bit, and Fire Beetle B is getting closer to Hork every kind of second.
May not know if fire beetle tastes good. Flying thing tastes good.
Mhm.
After dinner snacky time. I'm going to attack the one that has already been hit.
Okay.
We're looking for after dinner snacks.
All
Ooh.
right.
With my bow, 24.
Oh my god. One day I'm gonna say that I'll miss, and I'm just gonna watch you all go, what? No.
We're gonna die.
Yeah. No, that totally hits. Absolutely, that hits.
4. Oh, lucky on the dice here. 10 points of damage.
Nice. You take down the first pseudo dragon.
Dinner's on me, boys.
Does it like just stick right into a tree too, already on the bow, the arrow, so you can use it as a spit?
Absolutely. Skewer it.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, Mook, your turn.
So, so far the ones that have made an aggressive move have been the beetles, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, am I close enough to throw a dart at one of those? Or where am I in relation to the beetles?
You're 35 feet away from each of the beetles.
Okay.
I do not think a dart can go that far.
And where am I in relation to the pseudo dragons?
Also 35 feet away. You're still at the edge of the glade. You haven't moved in yet.
All right. Well, I'm moving in for one thing.
Okay.
That is going to be my action.
That's your move. So you can
Or my
move.
move. Yeah, that's what I meant.
And
My
you
move.
can move in 30 feet. And do you have your darts, do you?
Yes.
Okay. And I think Mook is the rogue, right?
The monk.
The monk. Awesome. So, I mean, you can now throw that dart at one of those fire beetles or at one of the pseudo dragons if you want. There's only one pseudo dragon left, but
Well, so far the beetles seem to be causing the most trouble.
they're the most threatening at the moment. Yeah.
So, what did I just do?
I don't know. Attacked the beetle.
That's what I was going to do. Okay, here we go. Kind of helps when things actually do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And, okay. So, dart attack is gonna be, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Nice. Dirty 20 hits.
For looks like 6 damage.
Holy cow. Okay, so you do 6 damage. That giant fire beetle explodes all over Gleep and Hork.
Oh no! Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like bopped it. Nice. Good job.
Blazed in glory.
Glazed in glory. Gooey glory. Gay.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
best kind of gory. Okay. We're done that round. We're back to the top. It is the pseudo dragon's turn. It is now going to go for Mook because you have just shown that you are the current threat. So it's going to dive down at you, Mook. And it's going to try and sting you. It's going to get a 19 to hit.
Yeah, got me.
All right. You're going to take 5 piercing damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, I have to remember how to do savings on this thing. Okay. That is going to be a 9.
9. Remember that inspiration you
I
have?
was just about to say.
Well, so
Yeah, how do those work?
Mook currently has an inspiration. So Mook, if you
Oh.
want to use your inspiration, just say, I'd like to use my inspiration.
I
And
would
you're gonna-
like to use that.
And now you can re-roll.
All right. All right. Let's try a nat 20.
Boom. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. So
Okay.
it stings you. And as it stings you, you feel that kind of like, you know, when something stings you or a mosquito and you're like, for a second, you're like, oh, that is going to itch. And you just know it. You can feel that. Because the mosquito's got a little bit of a weird poison thing going on. So you feel that and you're like, oh, that's not good. And then your body's just like, no, I got this. And it kind of like,
Nope.
So you are not going to be poisoned from this pseudo dragon sting.
Yes.
Hork,
Excellent.
you're up.
All right,
Oh,
what's
sorry,
left to
Mook. Sorry, Mook. My bad. Pardon me. Mook, you can take an attack opportunity as this thing takes off back up into the air if you want.
Do not mind if I do. That will probably be quarterstaff because
Absolutely.
all right. That is going to be a 14.
It hits.
Is going to be for damage. We're looking at 3 damage. Or wait,
All
no.
right.
Excuse me, 4 damage.
Okay. Okay, Hork. Now it's your go. So the
What's
pseudo
left
dragon's-
around us?
What's that?
What's left around this point?
There is still one fire beetle coming around. It's going to be closer to Glebe, on Glebe's side of the obelisk, and there is one pseudo dragon still up in the air. The pseudo dragon's been hit. The fire beetle has not. And
All right,
you and Glebe are covered in red goo.
All right, I'm going to go for the. Would I reasonably know that the easiest way to get at a beetle is through the gooey bits is through the back,
Give,
where that thing is?
give me an insight check where that thing is.
Definitely wouldn't know.
Give me.
Definitely
What'd you
wouldn't know.
roll? What'd you roll?
A 2 plus
Okay.
like 3, so I definitely haven't figured it out. I don't know how to
No,
get to the
you know
gooey
what?
bits of
It's actually from the front. Like, I mean, you want to like, get in there with where the pincers are. That's the sweet spot right in there.
Yeah, so knowing that, I'm going right for the face. Short sword and dagger and offhand, and I'm going right in like I should be standing in the middle of the wrong place in Dark Souls, like
God.
right in the maw of the beast.
Please roll a 20. Roll a crit. This is where
Start
you
with my main hand, and then we'll go to the off.
Yeah.
So the main hand's only a 9.
Okay.
The dagger offhand,
Yeah.
It was good at the beginning. It sucks now. That would be a 6.
Did it do one of those like rolls from a 2 to a 20? I hate that. Oh, it drives me crazy.
So both of them just not enough, but I'm right in the middle of the pincers.
Oh yeah, it is
as
there,
I should be.
As you should be. I mean, you've made it easy for it. It's very happy that you're there. It's kind of glowing and throbbing underneath its neck and down under its belly, and it's kind of like almost excited to see you.
To feel awesome, I'm going to bamf again, and I'm going to change my armor to look like a shiny dress version of their carapace.
Awesome.
I was thinking it was going to be heroic, and in the end, I'm just standing there awkwardly.
Yeah, like you were just stood up for a date. Like is the
100%.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, he wants to be your friend. Wants to hug you.
Oh my God, Rug, are you
All
gonna
the
try to
hugging.
tame the beetle?
I'm not gonna hug the beetle.
I thought that's what Orc was doing. All right, Glebe, your turn.
Alrighty. I take the beetle jelly away. And grab my great axe and make a run for it to hit. Okay.
Go for it. You got
Let's
this.
say 17.
17 will hit.
Ooh. Okay, let's see this. So that's a 12 plus 3 plus 2. That's 17.
So to give you perspective, the beetle has 4 hit points. And you just did 17. So overkill, the beetle is missed. There's nothing left of the beetle. Yeah. Glebe, Hork is wearing the beetle.
And that's how the Beatles broke up.
Wow.
Ouch.
Inspiration.
I can see
Yeah.
this is going to be a very
Yeah.
punny game tonight.
Inspiration. I mean, I do have a pun-based economy, so I'm fine with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to look at Glebe and Glebe, you want pincer or can I?
All yours.
Like I put my foot on the head and just pull the pincers. I think they'll make a nice belt.
Fair. So there's still that last pseudo dragon. Don't forget.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay. So the fire beetles won't get a turn because they're gone. But Rug, it's your turn.
Well, incendibary, fire beetle's gone. So great. More food for the fire. We're gonna try to
Nice.
spitzer another one. Spitzer, yeah, spitzer another one.
Another one. Yeah, let's try and spitzer another one.
Oh, 14.
Ooh, 14 will hit.
Ooh, that's a miracle.
I mean, you're level 1.
6 points.
6 points. Nice. Okay, 6 points will drop that pseudo dragon because it's already taken some damage. So you have some pseudo dragons and you have some beetles. What parts are each of you going to take for your mask? You also got the rock too, but I don't know if it's a good idea to take part of the rock.
I
would like some of the jelly to bank paint.
Okay.
Wings.
What wings? Okay,
I'm gonna clip some wings.
Some wings. Okay. Anyone else?
Definitely want some of the pincers.
Yeah,
and the inner little pincers. I want those for like.
You're gonna make
little
little horns. Yeah, nice. Okay. How about Mook? What parts of the beetle or the pseudo dragon does Mook want?
I believe it was the beetle I took on.
Yeah.
There's
parts of all of it though. The pseudo dragons are like these little tiny, they're like little tiny dragons the size of house cats. And they've got little stingers for the backsides for their tails. And then fire beetles look like your kind of classic big beetle with a glowing red underside and pincers.
I'm thinking, you know what? That stinger probably is inert now.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be, right? Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
Okay. All right. So try and keep track of what you're taking, because at the end, you're actually going to use this stuff to build your masks. Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to, is it actually Glebe and Hork are both covered in red goo.
Yeah. So just before you do that, I want to just Glebe and Hork actually. So that goo that you've saved, you notice it's got a bit of a glow to it.
Ooh.
And in fact, you and Hork are both glowing right now.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna check myself out. Oh, look at that. Radiant.
Yeah, not lots, but you give off a dim light in a 10-foot radius, each of you. So you're at disadvantage to stealth unless you're gonna wipe it off.
Oh. I'll try to wring out some of my clothes into it. I don't know if I have what do I have for,
Yeah,
what can I
you
put
got a
this
jar.
in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
So you
sweet.
got
Yeah.
I mean, who needs water? Just dump out your canteen and fill it with that.
Yeah, there
Right?
we go.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Don't get
I'm gonna walk
thirsty
up to
later.
one of them and just go,
Taste spicy. It's like a red curry.
oh,
That on pseudo dragon.
Ooh.
You've just made a really good snack. Pseudo dragon red curry.
Little wild rice in there. Some random herbs. It's just going to be the grass. But it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh no, it's perfect. It's great.
who needs mask? Have culinary skills.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. It's gonna be super yummy. Yeah. Okay. So audience, where do they go next? We've got jungle colors and piles of stuff. Where's the next place we're going? Ooh, Roarcat reads piles of stuff. It is.
All right.
Okay, so you head in through the village, and you see Blorp the biter. He's still there picking his nose,
Oh, but of course he is. When
right?
isn't he?
Grunk the leader comes up and says, "You need heals. You get good goo 1. So if you need heal at least once through the night, you can have good goo, which will give you a healing potion. But you only get it when you're kind of in between things. So if you need to, if we finish the next one and you'll need to heal, we'll pass through the village every time and you'll be able to have a good goo. But everyone only gets 1. No sharesies. Okay.
Hey, good. You want spicy goo? Hold out my arm for him.
All right, so he just just full right up the arm.
First lick free. Next, 1 shiny. Entrepreneurship.
Deal. Everybody get 1. Too many people
kinda
hear you and the
debating.
goblins start to line up and you're like, oh, gotta go.
No
On trial,
time,
on
y'all. No
trial.
time.
Yeah.
Played myself. I became the free sample.
Entrepreneurship, that's fantastic.
So we only get 1% for the whole session, huh, of the good goo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the
I'm at like 4 HP already, so hopefully I don't get hit again.
The Human Dump is just south
Ooh.
of a small delta town.
Yeah.
There's piles of refuse all over the place. It's what the humans consider rubble, refuse, towers above you. To anyone other than probably a goblin, the stench would be overwhelming. For you, yum.
Have laundry equipment. Oh.
Apart from the occasional item kind of tumbling down through the unsteady piles, the dump is really quiet. You're kind of wandering through, looking at all this stuff, how they throw this away. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take agency, but for some reason I just have it in my head that Hork holds up a toilet seat. And, why you get rid of this? So good. Look at Belt.
No, that's the chain around the neck. That's what hangs off. That's the bling.
That's like the bling.
Right to your knees. That's how you know you're in charge. The biggest
That's a
item makes
huge
you the
toilet
boss.
seat. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's massive. All right. All right. So as you're grabbing your toilet seat and you're fitting around your neck, you kind of do one of those like around the corner, like, oh. And you see 2 goblin-sized featherless chickens pecking away at something on the ground.
Sorry, am I the one that sees that?
That's what you see, yeah.
I'm gonna look, lean back and look at Rug, and I'm gonna do the chicken dance and go 2 round corner chicken dance.
An insight check, Rug. The only reason I'm making you do insight checks is because this is something that Hork hadn't mentioned before we started playing to any of you. And we have no idea if you actually understand what Hork is talking about every time he does this.
But I 100% believe you'll get this every time.
7.
Rug, interpret the chicken dance to and over there as much as you think you would.
I'll start walking forward.
Okay. Really happy? Like,
That's time. That's
do you think
time.
it's a new dance? Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
party.
Rug starts dancing, Hork.
I'm like, yeah.
Woohoo! All right. Okay. So what is the plan? So ahead of you, you do see these 2 chickens. Rug, you see it too now. They're right next to kind of, they're in an open area. Area's probably around 40 feet wide. Each of the towers kind of like around you, these towers of rubbish, they go about 20 feet up. Every now and then something kind of like clunk, 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 travels down from it. Unless you're being super loud, these hairless chickens or featherless chickens seem to be really interested in whatever's in front of you, and they haven't seemed to take notice of you yet. Yeah.
We're all
Rug.
seeing these chickens, correct?
Rug finally gets it. Okay, so Rug wants to eat the chicken. So
Is
Rug
Rug
makes
close to me?
one is
Sorry, Rug.
No. Oh, it's Rug? Yeah, Rug's probably right next to you.
Rug. Strategy. Distract. You all. Pincer. Like Beetlemouth.
Hug chicken?
No, pincer. Either side.
Oh, me go around side?
Like when we catch rat, drive it into hole, attack from sides.
Oh,
I bait. Make good bait.
you do make good bait.
Ah,
Thank you.
Aw. All right. Okay. So you are being made to be good bait. And tell me what the plan is then. And what I'm going to get you to do is we're going to roll initiative right now.
okay.
So Hork has 4.
11.
Rug, that was 11.
Yes, please.
Okay. Glebe, how'd you do?
21.
Of course you did. And Mook.
That will be a 17.
Oh my God.
Yeah, makes up for my, what was it, 6 last time?
Okay. Okay. All right. So the chickens are pecking away. And what they're pecking away seems to be like really hard. Like you're not getting like that sort of like you're getting like thunk, 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 thunk. Sounds kind of like when you have to like cut stone out of something to build like brick walls.
Right.
So Hork, how close do you get before you want to enact the plan?
Are the other people or the other goblins? You're all going to get like either kind of get a pincer thing going on. Do they understand that?
Well, I think Rug did. I don't know if she actually explained it to the others yet.
I'm gonna start pointing around and go, Glebe, that way.
Okay, so Glebe, go that way.
And Mook, that way. Other way.
Mook
Other
go
way.
other way. Okay.
Okay.
So Mook's on their own, Glebe's on their own.
I will do around backside.
Rug go from back. So backside is the giant pile.
I will try climb all the way up.
Oh, great. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to get you to make an acrobatics check, but don't tell me what you get yet. Okay. So yes, Hork, Glebe, and Mook are going that way and other way, which leaves you to go up down the middle, and you've lost sight of Rug.
Okay, so I'm going to bamf again, and I'm going to take a mix between like Jessica Rabbit dress, but then chicken feathers, complete with a boa. I want to become the most attractive chicken-esque thing I can possibly be.
Every drag queen just screamed at you. Not chicken, ostrich! All right.
I'll walk dead into the center of the space between them. I'm going to and just start doing the biggest chicken twerk I can possibly manage, drawing their attention.
You're doing a chicken
twerk.
Okay.
Trying to pick this. Picture that.
So I think I would like a performance check from you. Yeah, I think it's going to be a performance check. Work chicken.
17.
You just got work chicken in the group chat. What did you roll? A 17.
I'm sure there's like the sound of clapping. Yeah, my goblin butt cheeks are going. It's pretty good.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that just happened. Congratulations, everybody. I've never had a goblin twerk in my pardon me, a goblin chicken twerk in my game ever. So I am gonna roll for the okay, so one featherless chicken is just totally interested in the food. The other featherless chicken, however, very interested. It turns around and it's got like its skin is like tight and it's got this really nasty looking beak. And it's just it's very it just looks super dangerous. Like it's probably its eyes have got like that red look to it. Taryn, chicken twerking. So a regular twerk is basically you take your butt and you snap it back up and down really quick to the beat of the music. Chicken
wow.
Twerk,
Okay.
I imagine would be a mix between that and the chicken dance with your arms. You probably have to get some head in there too. Yeah, so it's like a full body twerk. It probably looks more like a spasm than it does like an actual twerk. Yeah.
Like me on a normal dance floor.
Yeah, but you probably look like Elaine from Seinfeld. It's probably what you're looking at. It's probably
That's an excellent app description.
Yeah, it's probably all over the place. All right,
so chicken drag queen. So
yeah, it's a chicken drag queen. I mean, yeah. So Lady Cluck is giving her all that she's worth. Just letting it rain, baby. Make it rain.
Oh God.
So the one chicken, the one hairless, the featherless chicken is very interested. There is only one more featherless chicken for Glebe and Mook to deal with. Rug, how did you do on that roll?
Well, I rolled a nat 1.
Fantastic.
And then I decided to use an advantage.
Oh, you used it? Oh no! I mean, yay!
So I started to fall off the top, got stuck on my quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Flailed.
Yeah. No. That like sort of falling backwards on a ladder going up. No.
Managed to catch myself. Fell forward. Hug the bag of garbage.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What was your second roll?
And that 20 for 25.
Nice. All right. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm not even gonna make it because that one would have been like so good. Just throwing that out there. A fail would have meant that you're gonna knock the whole thing down. A success means some of it comes down and one of your party members might have been trapped, but you rolled a crit, so I'm not letting you got this. This thing is like you're overbalancing in the first part, balanced it out in the second. So it kind of does one of those back and forth. Just the whole pile is just kind of swaying back and forth. You get to the top like a triumphant shoeless god of war, though. So you're like there, ready
strike
to go.
a heroic pose.
Yeah. Do a little slip on a bottle and catch yourself. Think, okay, fine, no pose. Okay. So
Caution
you're going to be
is
able
good.
to enact this round then. Glebe, you are up. So you are currently, let's throw you 40 feet away. Does that work? Or 20 feet? How close would you have gone to try and not be seen? If you go any closer than 20 feet, it's gonna be risky. If you stay at 40, you have no chance of being noticed at all.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind having a look at the chicken to gauge the situation. Very complex situation.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll a nature check.
Yeah. I want to see what this one's focusing on.
Okay.
I know what the other one's focusing on.
Yeah.
We all know what the other one's focusing on.
I got a 10.
A 10. Okay. So what the chicken thing is, I mean, it's a big chicken. Like a regular chicken is about half this thing's size. This thing does look big enough to ride. Like it looks like it could be a goblin mount. It would be awkward, but I mean, goblins can make it work. They're awkward already. I mean, God, look at Hork. What it's eating, though, is you notice it's eating a human. But every time it pecks down, it makes the loud kind of like clunk of something hitting rock.
Oh.
Armor? That'd be a clang.
The human has a crunchy outer shell.
Human, I mean, they might. How many humans have you seen?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Not always squishy.
Okay, Glebe. So you still have a bonus action, and you can still move if you wish.
I think I will. So at 20 feet, is there a risk of being detected?
Yeah, if you get within 20 feet, you're gonna have to make a stealth roll for me to see if you can stay out of sight of the. Because you know how you can get close to an animal and then it's like a little too close, and you've like, oh, it now knows I'm there. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I'll try to sneak up. Yeah.
Okay. Give me stealth.
Alrighty.
And how close do you want to get?
The 20 feet was this was a 8.
Great. All right. Thank you for that roll. Mook, it is your turn. So Glebe starts sneaking up next to the hairless chicken, that is the featherless chicken that is eating whatever the human, and Hork is off to the side dancing with the other chicken. super sexy dance. And you are 40 feet away from the chicken that Glebe is now sneaking up on.
I am going to move within dart range.
What is dart range? Can you remind me? Is it 20 feet?
Let me see. Oops.
I believe so. It's 15 or 20.
See if my thing will remind me here.
20 feet, max 60.
Great. Perfect. Yeah. So 20 feet. You can totally do that. Give me a stealth check then, please. Stealth check, please. Move. Thanks, Orc. I appreciate the help.
All right. That will be a 13.
13. All right. So as you kind of start to sneak up, it does not seem to notice you. The furthest you can move, stealth, is 30 feet up. So you get within 10 feet of this thing.
Awesome. All right.
Okay. As you kind of like finish your sneak, it stops and you can like just freeze, mid-freeze. Full on Emperor's New Groove, Gronk kind of hiding through the streets. Favorite scene in any movie. The fact that he was singing to himself his own theme music. Love that guy. All right. So you stop, you freeze. For a second, you think that the featherless chicken is going to like see you. And then it looks directly into Glebe's eyes and goes really threateningly. Glebe did not sneak as well as he thought. And this thing is going to kind of like scratch the ground once, scratch the ground a second time. And you notice that it's got red all around its beak. And a drip falls from its beak. And it kind of spits out a chunk of Fullman that clunks to the ground. And then it charges you.
Okay, so I didn't get to dart it then. Or was my whole move, my whole...
Oh, yeah, you were going to dart, weren't you? I'm so sorry.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, sure, do it. Dart it.
All right. That will be...
You have advantage because you're surprising it. It hasn't seen
Ah, all right. So...
Roll a critical. Come on, I want a critical. Let's get a 20.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That it's going to be... Oh, it's a damn good thing I have advantage.
It's a 1,
because
isn't it?
The low was a 1. The high one was at least a... I have to go back to it. I didn't realize I was sneaking, so I hadn't rolled an advantage. I still only got an 11.
Oh, that's okay. An 11 hits.
No, wow, these things are wimps. Okay. That is going to be...
Say that again, see what happens.
Well, these things are wimps. Let's see how 7 piercing damage
suits
it.
7 piercing. It will take that 7. But it is still targeting Glebe. Glebe, you're 10 feet away from it. Or, yeah, 20 feet, sorry, 20 feet away from it. It charges in at you, and I rolled a 22 to hit you.
Ooh, I'll do it.
I need you, please, to make a Constitution saving throw as this thing's beak bites into you, and you take 3 piercing damage.
Okay. I rolled a 16 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. As this thing bites into you for a brief moment, you can't move. And then your fear kind of shakes it off, and you're able to start moving again.
That was 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Rug, you're up. So from the top of your pile, You can see one. I totally saw you singing that.
I kept it silent, so it'd be PG-13.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right. So
Do we need to start another swear jar?
no, we're good. So from the top of the pile rug, you see one of the featherless chickens attacking Glebe, and you see the other one dancing with Hork.
Well, I think the dancing chicken is probably fine.
Probably.
He's a later me problem.
A later you problem, indeed.
I gotta save my buddy, though. Gotta save poor Glebe. Needs help. So I'm just going to pull out the bow, run the risk that this pile isn't going to collapse underneath me, and we'll take a shot.
Yeah, do it.
Thank you.
Do it. Get it.
16 on the dice, so 21.
Oh, yeah, totally hits.
Oh, max damage, 11.
Ooh. Boom.
My damage dice like me tonight.
Good hit.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
So that someone says, yes, true leadership is saving your buddy. Awesome. All right. Yeah. So your arrow just kind of pierces right through this thing. It just screeches up at you. It is so mad at you. You are its entire focus now. It's just pinpointed its red beady eyes up at you. Mook, you being the closest one and the only one not currently in a fight and or dance, see something on the human move, and the human kind of like flips and kind of like flops a little bit, and then you see something peel off of the top of the human and kind of like shake off its like leathery like wing things. It looks like two spindly arms with a big kind of tarp down to two spindly legs with a bat-like body and a really long proboscis. It kind of like shakes itself out and the nose kind of like uncurls a little bit. And you see a little human goo drop from the nose. And this thing starts to fly. And it sees you and it comes right for you.
I've definitely seen this movie.
I couldn't watch this movie. I wouldn't be able to. I can write these movies. I can't watch these movies.
I'm pretty sure we found this movie in the dollar bin at Walmart.
I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, this thing has like fur or feathers kind of around its head. And the proboscis kind of goes long, and this thing latches itself onto you, Mook, with a 18 to hit.
You got me.
All right, so it's going to do only 2 piercing damage.
Thank you.
However, the proboscis that's got on the front of it stabs right into you, and it starts sucking up your goblin good juices that make you a goblin.
Oh God, it's a sturge.
Yes, it is. All right.
I, under other guises, have fought sturges before.
It is attached to you and wrapped up around you. And Hork, it is your turn.
All right, how far is the one I'm dancing with away from?
Oh, like right next to you.
And it's not aggressive. We are dancing.
Oh yeah, no, you're dancing.
How much of a friend do I think I've made?
Oh my God. Are you gonna try and animal handle this thing? Is that what we're
I'm
doing
not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Okay. But Taryn said butt cheek to butt cheek. Yeah. You know what? Yes, butt cheek to butt cheek. Yeah, you're twerk butting it next to each other. Yeah. Absolutely.
Between make it my friend and go for the kill.
Oh.
It is, yeah. It's Trish just says it's getting quite intimate.
I'm going to try to handle this one. I'm going to see if I can make it my friend and weaponize it against the other one.
All right.
Oh.
You want animal handling or something else?
No, absolutely animal handling. Yeah. However, because of you just rolled a 20, didn't you?
19.
Okay, that's still going to be a success.
You didn't get to that 20. That's the danger.
All right. Oh God.
You were adamant this was rideable, and then immediately gave me a moment.
Yeah, I mean, would you like to ride this thing?
Naked battle chicken.
I have the hemp rope. I will harness that thing and ride the naked chicken into combat as a chicken drag queen. Like, I'm here for this. I only have a short sword, but I will lance a bitch.
All right.
Oh God.
I mean, if you're in a junkyard, I'm sure you could find a lance.
Sure,
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Oh God.
So here's
Gotta be a curtain rod around here somewhere.
here's
Might
what
even
I'm
still
gonna
have the
need.
curtains.
So I'm gonna need.
That's even better. That's the war banner.
Yeah. I need either you can choose. I need an athletics or an
Oh, my
acrobatics
God.
to mount the chicken. Okay.
Acrobatics.
All right. So here's how this works. Okay, you got it. Go. No, hit me.
Go
Hit me.
ahead.
What'd you
18.
got? 18. Yeah.
That's
all right.
one of my big pluses. I'm like, oh, there's no competition there.
So you get on the featherless chicken, and it lets you. You do get the idea, though, that every now and then you're gonna have to like just kind of make sure it still knows you're there, kind of thing. If you fail, you might stay mounted, but it'll probably try and bite you.
Roll with that.
Okay. One, you're gonna get your ass on the ground. I'm just throwing that out there right now. Yeah.
That's what I expect from ones.
Yeah.
That's going to
All
take
right.
my everything.
What's that?
That's going to take my whole everything.
Yeah, that is definitely going to take your whole everything. Yeah, to both animal handle and get on. Yeah, so you have absolutely gotten onto the featherless chicken. Yeah, nice. Okay, Glebe, it is your turn again.
Okay. So the chicken that we're sparring with, it's focused on Rug, right? Or
No. It's focused on. Oh, yes, it is. It's focused on Rug. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think I'll go in for a hit with the old great axe.
Nice.
All right. Oh. I can re-roll that with inspiration, right? I got a nat 1.
Yeah. Do you have inspiration?
I got the 1. Yeah, I think
You got one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
All right. Let's try this. Come on.
Come on. Make that one a 20.
Ooh. That'll be a 21.
That'll hit.
Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. That is a 6.
Nice. Okay. 6 damage. So it takes it, it kind of gives you a glance and it does one of those like beak snaps back at you, but stays focused on Rug. So these featherless chickens are not all that smart. So I'm going to roll to see if it's going to try and take off or not. It is going to try and take off. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity?
Yes, please. Okay, that's a 23.
That'll hit.
And that will be a 14.
Nice. 14 damage.
A great axe. Oh.
So how do you kill this featherless chicken?
I just do like a baseball bat, ready to hit.
All right. Nice. Yep. You have de-beaked the chicken. Yep. Nicely done. And
Use that as a mess part.
yeah. Mook, it is your turn.
Well, I have a very clear and definite enemy here.
Oh, absolutely. It is literally attached to you.
Hello. Yeah, I need to get this stupid thing off of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to quarterstaff it.
So just throwing that out there, Sturgis, if you want to get this thing off of you,
Yeah.
you can just say, I'm going to use my action to detach this thing.
I can do that.
Yeah, but that
Okay.
will take your action. So you won't have an attack after you do that. Or you attack it, risk rolling 1 and hitting yourself in the face, which I really hope you do. Because this would be awesome. But
You
not
know
good,
what?
but awesome.
If I just detach it, it's going to be able to just reattach itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to quarterstaff the thing. Plus,
All right.
I get an extra unarmed strike in the balance. So,
Oh, your bonus action, right?
yep.
Yeah. All right. Do it.
All right. And that is going to be, oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I do this. It's an 18.
18 will hit.
For, and that is going to be 6 damage
Nice.
for the first one. That's the quarterstaff.
Are you going to do a second attack?
And then I'm going to zoom on through here.
Yeah.
And there we go. That shall be. Oh, that one didn't go so well.
What'd you get for the second one?
8.
Yeah. All right. So you killed it with the first attack, and then you just keep hitting it, hoping to do more damage, but you end up just like it's just a pulp. Like your quarterstaff, you're just like like overhitting something. Unnecessary, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Tenderized.
Tenderized Sturge.
Tender.
I forgot it was a sturge.
You do. Mook, you do see something still moving on the human. I'm just throwing that out there. And Rug, it's your turn.
So we have one chicken being ridden. One chicken is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
The bloodsucker is pulverized.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm thinking I'm pretty full of myself.
Nice.
So I gotta take a look around on the top of my trash pile, and I'm gonna grab a garbage can lid or something looks like that, and I'm gonna surf to the bottom.
How about a wooden shield?
That would work. I will grab that. I'm gonna
You know
surf
what?
to the bottom.
We'll even go one further, and we'll go like ultra meta for you. It's got a star in the middle, and then 2 rings around each edge of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're absolutely gonna surf this to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks just like your favorite superhero from when you were a kid, Captain Goblin.
That's right. Green and black.
Green and black. That's right.
I thought it was all black.
Well done. Inspiration. Well done. Good memory. Yes. All right. Okay. So you slide to the bottom, and as you do you remember I had warned Mook that something was there, and Mook didn't tell anyone else? Well, as you get to the bottom near the body, another Sturge literally jumps up at you and will attack you with advantage. I just rolled a 20. I'm so sorry. So you are latched on, and you're going to take 2, 3, 6 piercing damage. And this thing is like face hugger, like you can't see. Okay. It had ready.
I must not have seen it completely clearly.
Well, yeah, no. You saw something moving and there was something there and you didn't warn anyone there was something on the body still. So no one else saw it, only you. That's okay though. The Sturge. So this is the worst part. At the start of the Sturge's turn, while attached, it doesn't attack. Instead, you lose more hit points due to goblin goodness loss. So you're going to take another 5 hit points.
Clunk.
Okay, so as you drop, it detaches and it looks for its next target. And the closest thing to it is Glebe.
Oh no.
Okay. Hork, your turn.
All right, see now I go, great leader, and just straight turn this thing and charge in like a cavalry charge to try to get this thing to eat it. I saved you, Rug. No one pulls the rug out from under us.
Oh, nice.
Do it.
What do you need from me for this?
Attack. You're attacking it, right? Yeah.
Do I do anything for the chicken, the naked chicken?
No, the naked chicken
Okay.
is just gonna just don't roll. Just don't roll badly.
All right, so my first attack with my main hand is going to be 14.
No one pulls the rug from under us. Sorry, I just got that as I saw it. Trish type it in. That's amazing. That's amazing. You can have inspiration. That's amazing. Yeah. All right. Sorry, what did you roll?
14 from my main hand.
14
Oh, sorry,
is a hit.
15. Sorry.
15 is a hit.
And my offhand will be nat 20.
Yeah, you go right through the Sturge and almost slap. I mean, it's not attached anymore, so you just go right through the Sturge. You turn the Sturge into a shish kebab.
Rug, get up!
You kick him a couple times. The chicken kicks him. The chicken just kind of does one of those like kick nudges. Yeah. Okay. Combat is over, but Rug is down.
Ooh. Oh.
Has bandage.
Who does heals? Yes. Mm.
Do we have any healer types at all?
No. No.
We can do a stabilize, but I'm not good at medicine.
Rug is stabilized.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as combat ends, Rug stabilizes. Rug, there you go. Roarcat Reads is reminding you that there is a healer in the village. Yeah.
Gleep, help lift Rug onto chicken.
Absolutely.
Then grab everything not nailed down and let go.
Just pile up.
Dibs on beak. That's what I want for the mask thing. I'm a trivial now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw it out there. Even though there's only like a couple of creatures, there is enough for whatever any of you want. So if everybody happened to want a beak, there is a beak. Like it's don't. Yeah. So don't overthink. I just want to know what it is. Does anyone grabbing a proboscis?
Yes.
It would go with your stinger. You're gonna have one on each end, like antenna.
Oh, I was actually kind of thinking like eyebrows,
Oh, that's really good.
like stinger on one
Yeah,
side,
yeah, yeah.
proboscis on the other.
Amazing. Okay, so Rug, what would you like from they can grab you something.
Some of the flappy leather.
All right. So mark down you got some of the flappy leather. What
So
about
I'm
the
imagining
human?
we're gonna have some kind of base, like core.
I definitely want like human leather.
Wait. You're taking the human.
I want human bits.
You're taking human bits.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Oh
that
my god!
I want people to fear me and I want to know that I've taken down a human, even if I haven't. People will think I have, and that's good enough for me.
What human bits are you taking?
I mean, is his face intact? Can I straight up like Silence of the Lambs this?
Yeah, so I mean, you go to his face and you see a single tear roll down his eye.
Excellent.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Human's not dead.
No.
Oh well,
Not
I mean,
from.
go ahead, Rug.
This is actually Mook saying, if they're not dead and they haven't attacked, Mook is kind of a. I mean, they're
Is Mook
goblins.
suddenly an honorable goblin?
They have some honor.
You've
not-
exploded 2 fire beetles that were
Yeah,
just
those are fire
wandering
beetles.
into the glade. They hadn't done anything.
Those are fire beetles. That's different.
Food, not friend.
I mean,
Mark,
I don't
what
know.
is-
Wow. Trish just went really dark. Kill him so he doesn't wriggle when you take his face. That's what it's just what it said.
We don't know how like aware does the human seem to be?
No one's rolled to check what these things are, but you're riding a cockatrice, and the human has been petrified. So when the human depetrifies, the human will be dead. There is no saving the human.
Okay.
We like slide the blade in and coup de grace through the throat
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
thing. You know,
Yeah.
not
In which
because I
case-
care, but because I want less wiggly.
Yeah.
I want a clean cut.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, you do it. And just to add insult to injury, you find a healing potion in his pouch.
That's not going to depetrify him, though.
Can we just
so-
like shove that down Rug's throat?
Absolutely.
Glee, I'll toss it to Glee because he's right by there.
Trish just said nothing worse than sloppy workmanship. Trish, you can have inspiration to hand out when you deem fit to one of the players.
Here you go,
That's
Smirts.
awesome. Okay. So Rug 2d4 plus 2 to heals.
E4 plus 2. Six. Yay!
Nice. Okay, back up to 6.
Woo.
I will sit straight up. I
Um,
had weirdest dream. There was vampire. No. Umpire. No. Bloodsucker things. And,
Mosquito.
and oh, featherless chicken.
yeah.
Not dream.
Yeah, not dream.
Oh, Rug, meet Cluck, meet Rug.
Luck. Nice. I honestly thought you were going Camilla for a full Muppets reference, but Cluck is equally as awesome. Okay, so here's how this is going to work on your mount. Your mount is not going to get an attack in game. I will add so you can move the mount's speed, so you can now move 40 feet or 10 feet to awkwardly fly.
That's for the face attacks on tall creatures.
Yeah, exactly. So the only catch is if you miss your attack while you're on your mount, you must make an animal handle as an action. If you roll below 13, it will attack you instead of you getting an attack.
I accept.
Okay. And that's only if you ride this thing into combat.
All for the gram.
I mean, yeah, fine. Okay. So the next place looks like it's going to be.
I make
Whatever's
sure I
left
take that
besides the-
shield with me.
Bone pile.
Oh, yeah, you're going to take the shield?
I gotta take that shield with me. That's gonna
Yeah.
be my new best friend.
All right. You can add a shield, a wooden shield plus 1 AC.
Now, is this one mask item per area or that we're doing?
So you can take whatever you think you need for your mask. Why do you want to grab some of the trash for your mask? How much of the trash do you take? What trash do you take?
I'm thinking this might be a good place to get like a base.
Wait, you want like a bass, the musical instrument, or you want to set up a bass in the
like base material, right? You have all your.
Oh, I see.
features,
Okay, so a bass for the
but
mask.
there's
I got you.
all
Yeah,
of that.
okay. Yeah. So what are you thinking for the? Sorry, for some reason I was like, "Wait, you're gonna build a fort?" And then, okay.
No. Like a
Awesome.
I'm not an expert in
No
mask building
squibs allowed.
terminology. So
no, that's fine. So you want to get like the actual mask part. What are you thinking for it?
I'm thinking maybe like some kind of leather or something.
Sure. There's leather. I mean, you could take it from the human that's now no longer living.
I'm actually gonna try to find like a leather object because
like a football.
I guess I could. That actually might cut the parts off the.
Yeah, you just cut the bottom off. You can put the whole thing over your head. It's already hollow for you. A couple eye holes.
Cut it open. Yeah, I'll see if there's a football in there or something.
There's absolutely
like that.
100% of football there for you. There's actually, in fact, 5. They're all black. To everyone else, they are red, blue, green, and yellow.
Made from feet, right?
Made from real feet.
There's a donation idea. There's a donation idea. Like $10 or something, or $5 or whatever y'all set the price to be, to be able to declare the color of the.
Oh, yeah. All right.
The actual color of the mask.
If the 4 of you are willing, we'll let everyone. You can kind of like describe what you have, and people can give you the colors at the end if they want to give us donations for that. Does that work?
I love that.
All right. I like that.
I was
Okay.
just going with it because you know I have no clue what color it was. It's all black.
It's awesome. All right, so you've taken a football, and are we talking like American football, or are we talking like the proper, like the round one? Like you're thinking the long ovoid looking ones?
I'm thinking, long ovoid.
Yeah, all right, and you just cut the bottom, and so you still got the ovoid poking out the side of your head, so it's like on sideways on top of your head with eye holes. Is that what you're thinking for this?
Yeah, actually, yes.
All right.
So the
Yeah, exactly. The sides, they're out the sides, and the eye holes on the bottom. In your head, you just cut a hole in the bottom. I mean, you can use the beak to cut a hole. No big deal. Yeah, totally. Are you going to do that like now? Are you getting this mask like pre-game? Like you're getting the mask on now, and then you're going to add to it as you go?
Right now I'm thinking we got to get this done because we're racing the blue stuff.
Oh, sure.
So
okay. All right. Well, you can put down, you've got your football helmet. Literally, it's quite literally a football helmet. That's amazing. It's horrible. Okay. All right. So you can hear you pass through the village again. Anyone need good goo?
I think I'm going to.
Okay. So the good goo is good for a healing potion. So 2d4 plus 2.
All right.
I'm going to take my good goo as well, please.
Okay.
I think I can 10 out of 13 now. I think I can wait till after this next one.
Okay.
Goblins. Woo.
Okay. So you finish your good goo off. A few people applaud and cheers. And Orc makes this.
I'm the chicken.
Everyone just kind of like stops. The hunters, like some of the elder hunters, are just like they just they're just dumbfounded. They don't want to swear, but they're like, there's kids around, but they're like,
I'm gonna switch the armor. I'm gonna bamf the armor back to like green leather, but I'm keeping the boa.
They're horrified. Not that you're wearing the boa, that you're riding what you're riding through the village. And this chicken, you're happy that everyone else is happy that it's already eaten. Like it is. There's a lot of food around at the moment, and it's
Like
not
to
thinking about the
regularly
goblin
feed
food.
the rations.
Are you just gonna
Yeah, like-
even if it doesn't want it, you're just constantly stuffing its face?
Oh yeah, just eat the meat.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't eat goblin.
All right. So you can hear the river coming from that way long before you get to the bridge. The river's been there as long as the village has been, probably longer. It spans, the bridge spans the river between Goblin tribe and Koatoa tribe. Neither side knows who built the bridge. The bridge has helped both sides raid and attack and trade with both sides for as long as both sides can remember. So they leave the bridge because it helps everyone, but no one wants to fix the bridge because it helps everyone. So the bridge has been slowly wearing down over a very long time. It's rickety at best. Only one squib can cross at a time, and the river moves really fast to swim. Way too wide to jump. And even though it's nighttime, your goblin eyes can see smelly fish people on the other side of the shore. There are at least two. At least two.
Are they short bow distance?
Definitely not 5.
Definitely not 5. No, just 2. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's what's going to happen. If you want to try and short bow, it'll be a disadvantage because you're seeing them through the trees. However, that also means that at the moment, they might see you through the trees as well, because you know that smelly fish people can also see in dark.
Rug, you big brain, what do you think?
There's at least 2.
Yeah. Sorry, Taryn. Every time we say 2, we've been holding up a different number on our hands. So the first time was 2. The second time has been 5.
Boy.
The third time was 4. And now we've just done a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are 1, not 1, 3, 7. 7? Does that sound right?
I'm
7.
totally gonna do it with my little nephew. 1, not 1, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm totally.
It's
gonna do
almost
that.
9.
It's
Wow.
almost 9.
So we don't know how many of these Koatoa fish people.
Smelly
there.
fish people.
Smelly fish people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smelly fish people. Oh no.
So have any of you as players fought Koatoa before? Or know what they look like? Oh, okay. So quite literally, they look like a walking fish. But the mouth just ever so slightly edges down from the top. Like, so if it were standing upright and had legs coming out where the bottom fins would be, its mouth kind of bends just a little bit forward so that it's got a front-facing mouth, but still has eyes on either side of its head. And they're all sorts of different colors, because in my world, I believe that if there's Koatoa and there's this many fish, then there's that many Koatoa. So there's like tiger Koatoa and like there'd be trout Koatoa, salmon Koatoa.
What are you
so
talking about? They're all black.
All
I was
black.
gonna say
All of them.
there's big black Koatoa, there's skinny black Koatoa, there's
Yeah, 100%. All right. So yeah, these fish people, and they are for player reference, they are a cave-dwelling nocturnal creatures that quite literally create their own gods. So they've lost their minds from mind flayers in times past, and they now will find something, believe so hard in it that it literally manifests a deity that they then worship until they find something else to manifest and worship. They're amazing villains, and I highly recommend using them for chaotic adventures. So much fun. In this case, goblins know that they're smelly, strange, taste good, fishy, but they also think that about goblins.
Oh, I bet.
So,
Does Cluck know they taste good?
I mean, Cluck is probably willing to eat anything, and I don't know that you know enough about Cluck to ask that question yet.
I'm going to ask, but
Cluck, just respond, Mark.
good Cluck. Rug, I think Cluck will eat fish.
Send Cluck over.
He assured me he eat fishmen. Smelly fishmen.
Attack from above.
We try?
Send Cluck over. Attack
Right,
from
I'm going to
above.
hop off. I'm going to hop off a Cluck
Mhm.
and like try to get like a hunter's scent. Just mimicking what I've seen the hunters do.
Okay.
Not actually what works, just mimicking it.
Yeah.
Point over there and like give it like the push on the ass across the bridge and see what happens.
To Cluck, you push Cluck across the bridge.
Well, yeah, we can't go more than one at a time. So
Jesus.
Oh,
So,
boy.
so Cluck keeps like pawing at the ground. To all the audience, Cluck is doing what the statue horse in the new DuckTales cartoon would do to communicate. Everyone else, no one understood him, but everyone else, the audience could read. Everyone else, the Cluck is tapping out with his foot. I'm not going across this damn bridge. Are you out of your freaking mind? Oh, wait, fish people. Fish. But wait, these goblins are right here. They're dumb and they taste good too. What to do? Oh, don't touch me there. You should ask first. And then it starts, yeah, and then it starts.
go Cluck, be hero.
Fine. Fuck. I'm gonna eat you later. And he just kind of starts walking across the bridge. I can't believe Cluck is walking across the bridge. All right, Cluck will make it across the bridge. So Cluck makes it across the bridge. A couple times it gets creaky, and you hear kind of like, kind of like snap, and you kind of see one kind of bend a little bit, and some pieces fall into the river and are taken away. But yeah.
Oh no.
Cluck, and then Cluck looks at you, back at you, and it's kind of like, now what? Shrugs his shoulders.
Who next?
Who next?
Look at the other.
Cleve is like,
They say I'm good at the flank, you know?
do I have to?
All right.
But I listen.
will do fearless leader thing.
Trish is using inspiration. So the next person in the bridge gets inspiration. So you have advantage when you roll your check, is what's going to happen.
I will do fearless leader things, and I will hide behind my shield. And I will tippy-toe across.
Okay, I thought we were just going to end right there. Fearless leader things. Hide behind my shield.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Would like to bow out, ready in case something tries to attack them.
Okay. Nice. Okay, excuse me. May I please have an acrobatics check, Rug, as you go across, and you have advantage on this.
Thank you, Trisha. That 3 wasn't good. Better. 19.
You make it across. Thumbs up. So you make it across. Trish says you're welcome. You make it across across the river. And same thing. It creaks. It groans. There's a couple of points that you're like, don't go there. You're across the river though. You've lost sight of the Koatoa. Can't see them from where you are on this side of the bridge, but you know they're out there.
I'm going to look around very suspiciously. And I'm going to pull out my rope. And I'm going to try to hurl the end of the rope back across the bridge.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Do it.
Good plan.
How well can I hurl this back across?
That's what we're finding out. So it's going to be an athletics check.
Not acrobatics. Okay, 10.
No, it's going to be athletics. That's okay. So a 10 is enough. It's not a heavy rope. It's not like you're doing like sailing cord. Okay, so you get it across, and woof, across. It kind of flops in front. You remember to hold on to your end, or do you just throw the whole rope?
No, I'm just going to hold on to my end, and I'm going to try to
Okay,
find a
good.
rock or something to tie it onto. There's
Nice.
lots of trees.
Lots of trees. Yeah, lots of trees. You can tie it to the tree for sure. Okay. So with a rope, you can do this roll with advantage. Excuse me.
All right.
So who's going next? Is it
I
Mook
will.
going next? All right, Mook. So give me an acrobatics check with advantage.
All right. So that is going to be a 16.
Nice. You make it across the river. Who
Woo!
next?
Knowing
Or-
I had the advantage in advance made it easier to roll.
Oh, heck yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so Hork, you still watching guard? Okay, so Glebe, you next.
Okay.
Glebe, go now.
I can use athletics on this, or is that or acrobatics?
If you can tell me why you use athletics to kind of dance across the bridge that's kind of breaking down. Yeah,
Could try to, yeah, like book it across,
Just
like.
booking it. Yes, all right, then I'll let you use your athletics.
Right, let's go. That is a 17.
Nice. So you just give her
All
across
right.
as you do. A couple pieces fall into the river, but that's a later problem. All right, Hork, you last.
Do I still have the advantage, or is it just me on this one?
Yeah, no, you have advantage. The rope is still there. You're muted.
18.
18. All right, you make it across too. Nice. Okay. Rug, fearless leader. You know smelly fish people on the other side. You smell smelly fish people. You can't see smelly fish people. You keep your team quiet when they come across, or you let them talk.
No. Shh.
Okay. All right. So team quiet. Even Cluck go to become and Hork snaps his beak shut. Cluck kind of like, okay, fine. Rug, can I get a perception check, please?
10.
Okay. So Rug, you can make out two smelly fish people just inside the tree line from where you are. But you are quick enough, they haven't seen you yet. And when I say two, even though I held up 2 fingers this time, I actually mean you only see 2. Yeah.
Not 2.
Not 2,
Or
not 2
2.
with 3 fingers or 4 fingers. Yeah, 2
Human
with 2
fingers.
Yeah. So 2 with 2 fingers. I mean, but there's lots of trees over here. And the sound from the river is really quite loud. So with that, I'm going to get everybody to roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Orc is 9.
Orc is 9. Mook
Is going to be oh well, all right, that's a 30-20.
Nice. Mook is 20. Mook
After
is
that
on-
slow start,
Mook is
on
on ball on the other side of bridge.
Mm.
Okay.
the other side. I thought I was across the bridge already.
Yeah. This is the other side. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Right,
Glebe.
okay.
Glebe, what you get?
I got a 6.
Nice. Glebe impressed with Glebe winded from run across bridge.
Yeah.
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 Rug, what did you get?
16. Finally out of the single digits.
Yay!
Feels good, doesn't it?
Ain't double digits cool?
Okay, so as the four of you start to get ready to figure out what, like you're kind of like you're prepping your bows, prepping your attacks, prepping your everything, and we're gonna take our bio break right now.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Stay tuned.
Stay
I actually
tuned.
need something that isn't caffeinated to drink. So
Why? I mean,
Yeah.
fair.
because after this, I have to like
Sleep.
For perspective, it's about 2 hours later than the scheduled time.
Fair.
So-
fair. Yeah. Fair enough.
And I got to get up and I have to go to church in the morning. So
Fair enough. All right. Well, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Headless.
Yes, it is
Headless
I, the
voice.
disembodied voice of technology. You may go.
No, but how long do we may go for?
10 minutes.
Woohoo! Okay. All right. So my players, I'll see you back in 10 minutes, and the rest of you
Woot
will
woot.
see you back in 10 minutes. Come back for more chaos.
The best part is they have no idea how many fingers I was holding up.
Excellent. Thank you, disembodied voice of technology. And thank you to GM Tim and our players. I'm loving these goblins and their very strange attempts to get a mask, including cutting off a human face. As you do when you're a goblin. Way to commit. Okay, so we have one more D&D Beyond player bundle to give away. So if you are interested in putting yourself in the running for that win, like always, I've got a D20. Put a number in the chat if you would like to be entered. While we wait to see if anybody is going to play along, I want to give a quick update on our donation. Literally 2 minutes ago, our donation total was $1,985, and then 1 minute ago, someone donated $30, which puts us at a total of $2,000, $2,015. We broke 2,000. Oh my gosh! Thank you. I thought $2,000 was a long shot, but we did it thanks to our players, our donors, our sponsors. I'm so grateful to all of you. And that's not even it, because we have all of the silent auction donations. So I think with that, we're probably going to pass 3,000, but we won't know exact totals until after midnight. So tomorrow, check out @RoarCatReads on Instagram or Twitter. I'll have the total amount, but we did it. Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited to give away the last D&D player bundle. We've got a couple numbers in the chat. I've got a 3, a 6, a 17, and a 13. So let's do it. I've got a 17. So hey, it's Nick. Congratulations. This is great for me personally, because Nick plays in my Curse of Strahd campaign. So I'm excited to see what new things he learns and what things Belder will bring to Barovia. Speaking of Barovia, disembodied voice of technology, would you like to do some more Taraka card readings?
I'm always ready to do Taraka card readings.
Excellent. I'm thinking that with our goblins in such peril, perhaps we should do a reading to see how they're going to do.
A reading for the goblins, okay. Let me get into the mind of the goblin. I get the chicken twerk going. Everything is the color black. Okay, I'm ready. What's the first card?
Guild member.
Guild member. All of our tiny goblins are trying to become members of the tribe. This bodes well for them. This is about inclusion. As long as you can pass the test and cut the red tape and do all the things that the guild says, even if they're sometimes questionable. Or is that only in Barovia? Do they have corruption elsewhere too?
No, nowhere else.
Oh, okay. That's just a Barovia thing. They'll be fine.
I would also like to point out, Izzy is back and is drawn to your beautiful, sonorous voice. So, just stay in the chat. All right, the second and last goblin card, the Charlatan.
The Charlatan.
How does that play into this?
One of these goblins is not like the others. One of these goblins is inspired by the theatrical arts. I would know nothing of this.
Yeah. All right.
One of these goblins is perhaps hiding something.
Interesting. I hope we get to see this in the next 2 hours. Some theatrical, secretive goblin antics. The GM Tim says it's accurate, so I think we have something to look forward to.
Betrayal!
All right, would anybody in the chat like to get their fortune read by Irina Kuliana? This is a one-time offer, because we probably will not do our next charity event for another 6 months, so this is your chance. Okay, we've got 3 people.
Oh my goodness, I hope my mentals can handle.
All right, let's start with Nicholas Turkin.
Okay, Nicholas Turkin.
Also, viewers, go to Granville Island, check out Mystery Stitch Design, queer business leaders of Vancouver. He is a philanthropist.
Philanthropist. Yes. Many things are given away for free at Mystery Stitch Designs. Most recently, knowledge. To me. Making things from stitching them together. But yes, philanthropist. You're into helping people.
Not only a philanthropist, but a wizard.
A wizard. A wizard philanthropist. A wizard of making things. Taking one thing for people and making it better. I think that you do this a lot, yes? I think that is true. Mystery Stitch Designs, go. Go and see his philanthropic wizardry.
That is much more difficult to say than I thought.
Yes.
All right. That was Nick. Next up, Izzy.
Izzy.
Be very careful, my dear.
You're the one drawing the cards, my dear.
Izzy is already telling their own fortune with Transmuter. And Nicholas also does say such treats. Thank you so much, Irina. Ooh,
You're welcome.
Izzy. First up, the Necromancer.
The Necromancer. I didn't realize you were into these things. I have to decide my choices. Necromancer, it's not all bad though, it's like new friends. You're just trying to find new friends in weird places. Hey, maybe that's why you're here.
That should be our motto. New friends in weird places. The second Izzy card, not only a Necromancer, but an Enchanter.
Enchanter. It is true. I found it very difficult to look away from session 2, but that was also true of session 1 and session 3. I think maybe I have too much screen time, you guys. But yes, Enchanter and Necromancer, you are an interesting person, Izzy.
Yes. Izzy does say that they always refine and recycle the same friends.
Oh my.
It's pretty necromantic.
That's, yes, very necromantic.
And thrifty.
Oh, super thrifty.
All right. Our next and last card reading will be for the GM Tim.
GM Tim.
What do we have in store for our GM? A soldier.
Ooh, soldier. You like to follow the rules, except for when you don't like to follow the rules. And then you go your own way like a lone wolf. A lone pink-haired soldier wolf.
Yes. That is how I often describe the GM Tim. a lone pink-haired soldier wolf. But that's not all that he is. He's also a bishop.
A bishop. The rules that you like to follow are laid down by a deity or an order of power. But you have to be careful if you play with Izzy, though, because she has the Necromancer enchanter thing, so those two things could get kind of weird.
Yes, you do have to be careful when you bring these new friends from weird places together.
Uh-huh.
How are we doing with our group? Do we have time for another reading?
We do have time for another reading. Looks like we have 3 of our 5 players. 2 of our 5 players.
Okay, so we have a little bit more time if someone else would like to jump into the chat. Yeah, the GM Tim says a little too true. Hashtag gay agenda is my domain.
I'm getting a reading. I think Anne wants me to do a reading for her.
Oh wow, you knew even without her saying. All right. Well, Anne, who I will thank more later, is the third person responsible for this charity event. So let's not offend her too much, Irina. The first one. No. I'm recycling guild numbers. These are wrong. Here's a real reading for it.
You're bad at choosing these cards.
She's also a soldier bishop. Anne is a traitor.
Traitor! Anne, I predict or I see that sometimes when you roll the dice, they aren't always the numbers that you think they are.
That's how you always do so much better than me.
What is the next card?
The illusionist.
No, choose a different one.
The artifact.
Kind of, almost, maybe. Choose another one.
The beast.
Kind of, almost. I was hoping that death would come up, but it seems like I can't even kill your characters in a Tarot reading.
Oh, I'm getting a sense.
Oh, a third card is needed for this reading.
What is Anne's truest fate?
There's only 52 of them in there. How long can it take to find the death card?
Literally so long. Are you sure, Irina, that there is a death card?
I'm really sure it's in there. Isn't that just like Anne to dodge death? For all of the people here, we have been playing.
Perhaps I would posit, Irina.
Yeah.
That Anne's card is the Dark Lord.
Anne's card is the Dark Lord. 3 years we have played together. 3 years she has alluded to death, even after every time I try to kill characters. You roll the natural 20 and somehow she can undo the magics or avoid the death. Anne is unkillable. I'll pose to anybody who GMs for her in future, you must try to kill Anne. Okay.
Thank you, Irina. Is our group ready to restart?
I believe they are.
Excellent. Well, Goblins, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see what happens.
Okay. It is I, the voice of disembodied technology. I've got to remember to stop doing my arena voice.
It's fine. Keep going. It was fun.
Yes.
I have expected you to say, no soup for you, out!
Oh, and Zoom has juggled you again, so I'm just going to quickly pop you all back where you need to be, but please feel free
we can keep. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we last left our goblins, they had gone through 2 of the 4 trials that they need to go through to go from squibs, which is a young goblin, to hunters, which is an adult goblin in their tribe. Their tribe, does anyone remember the tribe name?
Cool Kids Club, as I recall.
Yes, all
With
with
C's.
C's. And cool is spelled CEWL,
As it should be.
as it should be. Yeah,
You mean it's not?
right?
Because in
that's
Goblin spelling, C is
hard C.
Cool.
hard C. It don't matter where.
It's cool. There's a C
There's
in
C
everyone's
and
name
there's S.
in
Don't
Goblin.
mix them up.
Yeah.
Hashtag goblin life with a Y.
And C to start it. Just to really confuse everyone. There's a C, sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's a hard sound. Always a C
Yeah.
in every word in Goblin. It's a must. Okay. So you had gone through the piles of stuff, and you got your sturge and cockatrice parts. And then you did the big black rock, the pointy rock, and you got your fire beetle goo, which is finally worn off, I might add. The stuff you saved is good, but the stuff you were wearing is and you got your pseudo dragon parts. And now you've gone that way across the river towards the Koato village, fairly smelly fish people. And all four of you made it across the bridge with like zero problem, by the way. I'm a little bit annoyed by that. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit irritated, but like
It's always
good
the trip
job.
no,
Yeah,
no,
we got to get back across the bridge.
very true, very true. But it's usually just why make you do it again?
And
Okay.
granted, the rope is there, so that helps.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So you get across, and you have seen two of the smelly fish people on the other side of the river in the tree line, just about 10 feet away from you. Now, the noise of the river and Rug, being the wise leader that they are, silenced you so that you didn't make enough noise that they heard you. So I'm going to let you prep before we jump into combat. So you can all decide right now what it is you'd like to do this first round and make a very quick plan. And then we're going to go into combat, into the initiative order. So what would you like to do? Rug, you're a fearful leader, fearless leader.
very fearful. I'm going to make sure everybody knows where the smelly fish people are. So we're going
Okay. Good. So you point out the two. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna point at Hork and Glebe and go,
Okay. Describe the gestures you're making right now. No, like actually describe the gestures you're making.
literally, just point at one, go that way.
Yeah,
Point at
okay.
another, go that way.
Okay, so you're pointing kind of like opposite directions of
Pretty
yeah,
much.
Okay,
Yep,
good. Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna nod and hand Cluck's leash to Rug. And just back up. And I'm just gonna drop into like a video game version of stealth and just
Wait, you hand Cluck's leash to another goblin?
Rug.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get eaten.
Okay. So Rug, you got the leash. Cluck looks at you and slaps its mouth, licks its lips, well, its beak. Hork gives you a thumbs up before he disappears into the forest. Mook, you gonna head off into the forest on the opposite direction?
Sure.
Okay. That leaves Glebe, right? With Rug.
Mhm.
So Glebe and Rug, what is your plan?
I'm going to drop the leash and step on it.
Okay.
Pull out
A
the
wise
bow.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So you're ready for that.
Yep.
Glebe, what are you gonna do? Oh, sorry. Rug, what do you
Go ahead.
do? Yeah, I was just waiting for Glebe. So if you're about to give him directions, give him directions.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Smart?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
That's why you're smart.
Gonna lean over and very stage whisper. Go up, Bill.
Go up middle. Okay.
Middle.
Go up
Okay.
middle. Cause distraction.
Yeah, I can do that. I can just take off screaming.
All right. And with that, we will begin the initiative round. I mean, you know, you've all known each other long enough that Mook and Hork, even though it wasn't planned, you know that Glebe scream means go time. So you hear Glebe scream. What does Glebe scream sound like? Does it sound like is it that unnecessary like roar, or is it more like, you know, that like
A little more like that. Like if you're familiar with like Mr. Bubs, kind of like Mr. Bubs's little shriek growl bark thing.
all right, nice.
Trying to take on Trash Man. Yes.
You're like the most threatening of all the goblins I think you could have picked, and that's your roar. I did that. Yeah, I'm really good for that. All right. Okay, Mook. Mook, you're up. So Mook, you're coming up on the next to the side of the two. So you can see you're coming up on the side where you can see one of the two goblins. So there is two goblins, one in the middle and one off to the side. You're coming up on the side next to that other goblin you could see. So you're going to be able to get. You're going to be able to attack this one this time.
The Koatoa, I am assuming you meant there.
Yeah, sorry, the fish people.
I'm not gonna
Did I say
attack
bugs. Goblins.
You
Yeah,
said-
no, not goblins. Bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fish people. My bad. Yes.
Yes, the fish people. I am going to get back into my Avery here.
Yeah, this is the black one.
The black one, yes.
Yeah. Everyone else, somebody throw a color in the chat and tell me what color they see. It's
Okay.
definitely the black one.
So I'm gonna. How far away from this thing am I?
Oh, you're going to be able to get right within like 10, 15 feet. If you want to get right up next to it, give me a stealth check. So everyone else sees a purple chartreuse goblin. It is striped, or a purple chartreuse Koatoa. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know what chartreuse is. I'll look later.
I have no clue either.
See a lionfish.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dart this thing. It's funny the way that the context works. It looks like I'm saying I'm gonna attack the dart.
Nice.
But I'm actually it's meaning attack with dart. Okay, that's gonna be a 19 on that one.
Yes, that is a good solid hit.
And that's gonna be 7 piercing on that particular fish person.
Okay, 7 damage. Nice. Beauty. Thank you very much. And let's go to Rug. So Rug, you're able to make out now that Mook has attacked. You're able to make out Mook. Mook is taking the one of the two that you saw. The other one that you saw is going to be the one that Glebe is going to hit. Glebe is like already charging and yelling, so it is focused on Glebe. You lost sight of Hork, and the chicken is still looking at you.
This chicken is giving me serious trust issues.
Oh, the chicken is just like it's. Hork peeks in from a bush and gives you a thumbs up, and the ducks back away. Yeah.
This is a How to Train Your Dragon moment.
I will line up and I will attack. Not number 1, I will attack not 1. So I'm assuming that would be the one.
We didn't really establish.
Nope,
like,
not that way.
Other way.
The other way.
Okay. Okay. So the one that the one that Mook is fighting right now.
Correct.
Okay. All right, Mook. So you see a bow arrow come in from the side.
For 10.
10 will miss.
Swish.
Yeah. So you see an arrow. Oh, you kind of hear. You don't see it. You hear an arrow kind of go kind of between the two of you, Mook, as it takes out a couple leaves, but doesn't hit either one of you.
So, okay.
All right. Okay, Rug. So now it's Koatoa. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So the Koatoa in front of oh no, you know what? I had told you guys you get a free round. So they were surprised because of Glebe's yell. So my turn is skipped because my fish creatures are both like blah, blah, blah. Actually, what do they talk like? Yeah.
Fishy lips.
Yeah, they just make fishy lip faces and don't really say anything. It's the amount of like it's like Morse code with the lips. It's like more of a guppy mouth open and close, and the amount of times it snaps shut. That's what they're actually saying. They don't actually say anything. They actually do speak Undercommon, but I have no idea what Undercommon sounds like. So this works. All right, Hork, you're up.
Are they either of them in melee combat at this time?
The one that Mook is fighting is in melee combat, and that's on the other side of the one you're going for. So
Okay.
you have to pass the one you're going for.
But am I still concealed?
You are. What was your stealth check?
Wait,
I'd
I
have to make
guarded
that.
that one, so I don't know if that would be melee.
It,
Be a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, you are. Well, as far as you know, you're concealed, and you're very true, Tara. Mook is darted it, so Mook is about 10 feet away. So none of them are actually in melee combat.
Okay, so correct me if I'm the fifth that I don't get the sneak attack if I'm just stealth when I attack.
You do.
Okay.
You do. And Hork, as you're kind of sneaking up, you see two more that are in the bushes that Rug didn't see originally. They're right next to you. They haven't seen you yet.
All right. I'm gonna go for the kill. I got I'll attack one, obviously.
I got you.
Yeah. While I do this, I'm gonna bamf, and my armor, I'm gonna turn it to look like I'm wearing one of their skin. And I'm just gonna go glub glub mother trucker and stab. First attack's a 15.
That is a hit. Right past the
Roll
armor
damage.
and the shield.
8 damage.
Okay.
That one's still standing.
It is.
All right, then I will go for the dagger into it again. 14 on that one.
14 will still hit.
Ooh. 6 more damage from the dagger.
Nice. Okay. It is still up, and it is very angry at you and sees you now.
Fuck, help!
All right, Glebe.
Alrighty. How far away am I in walking distance from the ones attacking Hork, or like ready to attack
No,
Hork?
you can't see the ones attacking Hork. Only Hork sees all of that.
Mm.
You only see the one that you were charging at in the middle, that Rug pointed out, and the one next to it that Mook was fighting.
Okay. I'll probably attack the one that Mook was engaged with. Yeah, if in range. All right, I'll try for the old great axe. That's a 20, not natural.
Yes. Nice.
Ooh. And then let's see the domage. Whoa, that was a 12. How does what? That's 15. Sashimi time.
Your dice love you tonight. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Somebody just gave me a donation with the message, "Go Tim, go." So I'm going to give you the extra few hit points. And what does your kill shot look like?
Whoa. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna do like a whirlwind, just spin with the axe and in. Yeah.
In the wind.
Amazing. Okay, so that one is completely gone. And as you kind of charge into the trees, now you can see the one that Hork is fighting, but only the one that Hork is fighting.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have enough movement to get to there, or
No,
whatever's
no, it's difficult terrain inside these trees now. So,
Oh yeah.
okay. All right, Mook, top of the round. You're 10 feet away from the one that you threw a dart at. What would you like to do? It is now aware of you.
It is now aware of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and since it's aware of me, I think I will go ahead and move in.
Yeah. You're gonna move in, you're gonna
And-
stab it or hit it with your hands because you're like deadly hands of awesome.
I'm gonna staff it and then I'm gonna whack it.
Stab it and whack it.
The old staff and whack.
If I ever play a monk, I am gonna use that as a, what are you doing? The old staff and whack. Do you know
That's a
what?
t-shirt slogan.
I will make a t-shirt that says that. You know what? The next adventure I write, I will have a monk in my adventure that will say that all the time. Okay, the old staff and whack.
Staff and whack.
That's
That
ye
is-
old.
Ye old staff
Staff
and
and
whack. Actually,
Yes.
the ye old works. Although I'm wondering if it should be more of a like, you know, there's like I'm not a huge fan of Drunken Master, but one of those old masters who's just like no qualms anymore, and he just kind of like, you know, takes like a long stretch. Yeah, the old staff and whack. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, staff was a flunk.
Okay.
With the whack.
So
Let's see if I can give him a good old armed whack here. I forgot to put the quote at the end. Oh well. Hopefully it worked. Oh, I forgot to put the quote at the end and it shows.
that's okay. We can wait. I mean, it's the old staff and whack. It's got to take some stretching beforehand. You do not want to pull something when you're doing the staff and whack.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you pull something on the staff, not that bad. The whack part,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
day is
That'll
shot.
get you.
Day
All
is shot.
right,
Name
here
of
we
a goblin strip
Feel
club?
that in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Adventure 2, Goblin Trip to Hospital. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
19.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. How much damage you do with whack?
And that's a 6 damage.
Nicely done. All right, so the Koto is looking stupid fish people looking all proud of himself when you miss with the staff, and then you come back and he wasn't paying attention. You hit him with the whack, and he's like, "God damn it!"
That's the one they don't expect.
And inspiration.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody expects the Goblin Inquisition.
Yes. Nice. The Inquisition. What a show, the Inquisition. All right. Mook, nicely done. Rug. Fearful Leader, 'tis your turn.
Tis my turn. Well, didn't work so well the first time, so we're gonna try again.
Okay, so Fearful Leader. The only one you can see is the one that Mook is fighting now. You could see the other one, but Glebe took it out.
Fair enough.
How dare you insult our leader's bravery?
No one talks about smirts like that.
What are you gonna do about it?
16. That's what
Do
we're
you know
going
what?
to do
You know
about
what?
it.
I'll do it right now. If somebody donates $100, I will give every single one of you a critical hit,
Nice. Oh,
and I'll let you save it for the most sort of like moment. And Trish, you're not allowed to be the one to donate.
Now the qualifiers come up.
All right.
Okay to win.
16 to hit.
16 is a hit.
10.
Okay.
10 damage. My damage
Nice.
dice really like me tonight.
Yes. The Koto does not. It is not looking good. Not at all. Okay. But it's its turn. Okay. So you got right up to
DM.
it. Yes.
I didn't forget on my turn. I forgot to roll my stealth D6. Is it too late, or may I roll that now?
Yeah, go ahead. It's awesome.
Four more.
Four more.
I
All right.
realized I just forgot the extra D6.
Izzy. So I told Trish she couldn't, and then Izzy just kind of pops in. Hold my beer. All right. So Mook, Rug, it's the Kotoa, yeah. Okay, so Kotoa, kind of get ready. So what is your stealth altogether then after that extra D6 roll?
Oh no, the D6 would have been the stealth attack, like my sneak attack damage.
Oh, so you did.
I forgot to roll the D6, so it would have been 4 more damage.
Oh God, yeah, it's dead.
Sweet. Besides
Yeah.
his buddy, I mean, they're still his friend.
it's oh yeah, his buddy's still there. Yeah, it's all over. Okay, so there's like fish all over you now. You're just getting
Excellent.
coated,
That's how I like to be.
glazed.
We don't shame here.
All right. What? Sorry, I just got that. He who laughs last thinks slowest. Okay. So the Koto is going to go for Mook. Mook, where'd my dice go? Oh my God, where'd my dice go? There it is.
oh no.
Okay, Mook. Mook. So I just hucked a net at you. I hucked a net at you.
Oh no.
So you are restrained. That means that you cannot move. Your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. You also have disadvantage on dexterity checks. Okay.
Nice.
You can use your action to make a strength check to try and free yourself, ending the effect.
Strength check? What's that?
Why do you think I picked these creatures? All right, and who is next? It is going to be the other one. The other one is going to lunge at you, Orc. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rug, do you remember that arrow that you missed with?
Yes.
So Mook, you can see that arrow stuck to the shield of the creature, not pinned into it, stuck onto it, as if something had glued onto it. Those shields look really sticky.
Oh.
So it is going to try.
Trap.
It's going to try and net you, Hork. Oh, Hork, I just rolled a dirty 20 to net you. You also.
It was close, but I think that'll do it.
Yeah, right. You also are restrained. Okay. That is the end of my turn. Hork, it is your turn.
All right. Can I not move, or can I not do anything when I have this thing?
So I'll read restrained again. So a restrained creature speed becomes 0, and you don't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So while you're netted, I attack you with a benefit, and you attack with a disadvantage. And you cannot move, but you still get your attacks, and you still get your bonus action.
All right. This is a shield.
It's a net. It threw a net.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like it
Sorry,
literally.
I thought it was a
tossed
sticky
a
shield
net.
there.
The shield looks sticky, but the net was what was used against you. Izzy just donated the $100. All right, so
Nice.
Hork, Mook, Rug, and Glebe, you all have Vizzy inspiration.
I can just take a crit.
So you can literally just say, I'm going to use my inspiration, and you're going to give me an automatic crit on a hit. So you don't need to roll. You're just using your inspiration, and you're going to hit. Okay. You can use this in this fight, or you can save it for the next one, or you can save it for whatever else happens.
Inspiration is best spiration.
Inspiration is bestspiration.
I feel inspired.
Okay. So yeah, Glebe, it's no, Hork, your turn, sorry.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ping that, and I'm gonna make sashimi. This guy's gonna net me, and I'm just gonna not care.
Absolutely.
Sushi, chef it up, serve it on a platter. Do you want me to roll the whole dice? All the damage?
I do, yeah.
15.
15? Did you roll any ones in there?
No.
All right. Okay.
2d6 and then 1d4, correct? That would be the mine, because it's the main hand would crit, but then the off hand would not.
Right. So what are you using to attack with it?
So it's a short sword from my main hand. That would have been the crit. My off hand, because
no sneak
but
attack.
that'd be just additional.
Yeah, and you don't have sneak attack right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the extra d6.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure I had it right, but
yeah, no, that's good. That's perfect. So 15 is good. I mean, that's a super solid hit. Yeah. So it is looking very, very bad. Yeah, it has got like parts missing. It's like, it's very much the knight who says knee, right? Like it's like, yeah, come on, I'll nibble your legs off. Like it's very much like not gonna do well. Probably will not make it to its next turn, but who knows? I have been lucky before.
You thought you could hold me with a net. I was born in them, molded by them. I didn't leave the net till I became a man.
Yeah, okay, fine. Have inspiration. Fine, be that way. All right, Glebe, you're up.
All right. If I use like a dagger or something, can I like cut people free from said nets?
You can.
Okay, so let's see here. Mook, are you still in the net?
Mook
Yes.
is indeed.
I am, and
Okay.
it's being held by a very pathetic looking fish.
Mook and Hork are both netted down. You can
Okay.
see Mook from where you are. You're right next to Mook. You're very close to Mook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
you
I'm
could
gonna-
get to Mook and do this in this round.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to free Mook from the net.
Nice.
All right. So do I roll anything for that, or?
No, in this case, I'm gonna just give it to you. You can use your action to remove the net, cut it up with the dagger.
All right. It's time for surf and turf. Let's go.
Do you have a bonus action you can do? I think the monk.
Gonna save that rage for later. Gonna let it bubble.
All right.
Gonna
All
let
right.
it ferment.
Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, Mook, you have been unnetted. You've been denetted. So
Excellent.
It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, where am I in relation to the other one? Because it seems like
Well, there's one still right in front of you.
that is the one I am going to do the old staff and whack at.
Staff and whack it.
That has officially become the name of the form.
Absolutely.
I might just have to learn how to make an average snippet called that. Okay. That is going to be a I am sucking at the staff part.
It's.
What
I mean,
the hell?
the trees keep getting in the way. You are using a staff inside of a thick forest, so I get
That
it.
is
I get
true.
it. Yeah,
That's how you surprise them, though. You know, you get them
you get it with the whack. every
overconfident.
time.
The staff is just the staff
Like
is
the goblin version of a bait and switch.
something like that. Yes. The staff is like the show, and this is the tell. Hopefully. We shall see. 11. What the heck is up with these dice? Okay.
An 11 will miss. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So Mook and Glebe, actually, this Koatoa is looking far too confident with himself, far too smug. And in fact, he makes this face at you with the fish face again. Which is like the worst insult in Koatoa you could possibly imagine. Rug, it's your turn.
Oh,
You saw all of that.
that's my friends. You know, insult my friends. Rude. Just rude.
Hey,
12.
Tim, what'd you do last night? I spoke Goblin with a bunch of friends and we just laughed at each other because we were being idiots. What'd you do?
12 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
No! Can I use one of my inspirations?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Those are special inspirations, so I'll let you use them after you know a roll.
13.
13 is a hit.
Ooh.
Yes.
Literally on the money. Nicely done.
9. 9 points of damage.
Okay. Great. What does your kill shot look like? Because now that you, Mook, and Glebe are all picking on this same dude, he's got no chance at all.
As he's finishing up with his fishy lips, I'm going to just basically go "Fuck," and give him a piercing he's never going to forget.
Also, swear jar. Okay. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. And let's see. Who do we got next? Ooh, okay. So the last Koatoa is there with Hork. Hork, you're still netted down. This thing is going to try and stab into Lee with its spear. So it's rolling with advantage. I rolled a 1 for my first roll. And I rolled a 1 for my second roll. Hork, would you like to take narrative and tell me how I've just embarrassed myself?
He misses horribly. I'm going to grab the staff and pull myself right close to his face and just, where's your god now, Fishman?
I'll even let you do an extra stab into him if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll pull him slowly into the knife, so it's like extra bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That will indeed finish him off. Yep. Nicely done. Horrific, but nicely done. Yeah, bravo, golf clap. That's what happens when the DM wells 2 1s on an advantage roll. I rolled 2 1s on an advantage.
Oh no!
That's not
God,
okay.
painful.
Oh,
All right.
brutal.
Live by the dice, die by the dice.
I just did.
Oh,
Okay.
here you go. Tim, this one's for you. Crying is a free action. There you go.
That shirt's awesome. Mine says adventuring beckons. Oh, my screen is taking it up. That's it's good. All right. So there's only one place left. Well, first, what is it that we're going to do for fish parts.
Yes.
So again, these things look like, so they're 2 arms, 2 legs, and where the tail should be, it looks like there's 2 finned webbed tails, and their arms and their hands are webbed as well. And then they do just look like fish, like they've got fish mouths, and it just kind of curls up on the top, and they've got the side eyes, and they got like weird back fins.
I have 2 things I'd like to do. I'd like to. I want to carve the word Croatoan into a tree nearby for the Croatoan. Oh yeah. And I also, would I be able to like snip a little strip of the net for myself, of one of the nets? Could that like count as a mask part?
You can take whatever you like.
Dude, mask hair.
Oh my God,
I need some of that net fringe.
Net fringe. Fringe. Okay. How about Hork, Rug, and Mook? What are you taking? What's that?
That's a good question.
Rug, what would you?
That
Rug, what would you like?
virulent chartreuse color. I want to definitely find a few scales.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
we
the
need a few of
chartreuse. You're
those.
avoiding the purple.
Don't need the purple. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
we're gonna stick with the green theme, but that's the most virulent chartreuse ones I can find.
All right. Nice.
So they got like, you said they had fins, right?
They do have fins. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab one of those and make like off the top like this big crest thing coming off the top
cool.
of the
Like a
mask.
mohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all right. And Hork, how about you?
I think I want the biggest fisheye I can see and cut the fish lips off. I want to like mount the eye into the lips. And the one who missed me with the spear, I want to take his spear.
I will allow that. Yeah.
I'll march myself back to Cluck.
I forgot about Cluck.
I found the spear.
And somehow Cluck never drew attention.
Totally gonna make an attack on Rug. She was just literally waiting for Rug to move away, and Rug never did.
Maybe Cluck's like biding their time.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
Amazing.
still the bone pile.
Yeah. Speaking of. Okay.
Who's a good birdie? Who's a good birdie? We're gonna squishy the birdie under the beak. Who's a good birdie?
I don't even know what's happening there.
I feel like I should be tying the spear to Cluck.
Actually, from what
So
I
it runs
understand,
into
they like
people?
it like in the back of the neck.
Oh, like a lance that's constantly attached?
Yeah, just I don't feel like I'd use it. I just want to tie it to the bird.
Yeah.
And just I feel bad that he's not armed.
You gotta tie it to the bird's
Do
head
you?
so it points out the straight top, and then so the bird can use it as a lance with its neck, or are you gonna use
Yeah,
it
you know
on
what? That's
the-
better. I was thinking the side just to point forward, but I like that. Let's
Yeah,
give him like a pompadour, a violent pompadour.
Ooh. Is there any other kind?
This
Right?
is so wrong. Jesus.
I will also feed him the fish because I know he's earned it.
Okay. Nice.
See him do it, but I believe in him.
I mean, you're doing good. You're doing good.
This must be a very gender fluid Cluck.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cluck is what Cluck wants to be on the day. Cluck is
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. They must be.
Cluck
gender
knows what's
fluid,
up.
'cause-
Fluck knows what's up and what's down and what's what way other way and what's that way. Speaking of down, it is time to go back to the village and then go down to the bone piles. It is the last time you're going to go through this area. Would you like to use your good goo?
Good goo. Those that have not.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have not used your good goo, please use it now.
How many hit points is that, or is it just full heal?
It is like a healing potion, so 2d4 plus 2.
All right.
Absolutely, Trish. Nothing bad will happen at the bone piles.
Totally innocuous name.
Everything there's dead. That's why it's the bone pile.
Completely fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That's what they all say.
It's-
Oh.
Sometimes called the soup store because
Wah,
bones.
wah. All right. This area is off limits to all goblins, not just squibs, hunters too. Those who are stupid enough to not obey that command rarely, if ever, come back. The only time they ever open this area up to the goblins is to succeed in the trials. This is their, how queens say it once. Dumb ones stay down, good ones come home. This is the hardest of the 4 trials. The trees get thick, twisted, and look like they're dying, but almost from like an organic rot. The ground beneath you goes from being mossy to squelchy. And in the moonlight, you can notice that it's got a red hue to it, almost like the ground is the roots have oxidized. Piles of bones from beasts, goblins, Koatoa, and other humanoids are scattered around the area, looking like they were ejected from the ground. Off in the distance, a green glowing orb sits precariously next to a freshly excavated, medium-sized, melted humanoid.
Oh, they put him under black light.
You think he's okay?
Looks fine.
Okay, this area is very big. It's probably 120 feet around. It's uneven ground. There's piles of bones and dead shrubs all over the place. And a couple little kind of weird creeks running through it. There's no living vegetation, and the moon kind of lights everything up. So you actually have a little bit of color in this one. Most dark vision is all black and white, right? So you can actually make out some of the color. Everything has kind of like a red, rusted hue to it. And everything is really quiet. The rest of the jungle, you always hear night noises, crickets, the odd nocturnal beast or bird. Here, you hear nothing but dead silence. What you like to do?
Dead silence. The better to focus. Yes.
Silence means we're fine. There's nothing here.
So this is like a circular area, like a opening area.
It's just a large area, about 120 feet by 120 feet.
Okay. What
So,
if we kind of
so
just
not
snuck
like
around the
open,
perimeter?
not like open, like flat and open like, so you guys were in, like, so you've had like glades, right? So you were in the where the Koatoa was all forested, and you kind of had to fight through that. And then where you fought the Obelisk, it was open field, kind of like in between you and the Obelisk.
Mhm.
This is like literally like kind of like piles of bone all over the place. So there's lots of, if you need a place to hide or be like, I would like to duck behind that pile, it's easy to find something for you to duck behind. There are dead trees everywhere. My goal in this was to kind of give the idea that it's gone from being like a forest that, even if it's kind of grungy and goblin-esque or healthy and bleh, this is like dead, and something it's not okay. Something is making it that way.
You were captain of Goblin Ball at Goblin High, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good, good. I hand you a ball bearing. Go. Maybe you throw. Make sure nothing go,
I like that.
I can't throw long.
Yeah, I'm down to like huck that into the mire. That's what I would say, not glebe though.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just throwing it out into the area.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. See how well you throw that. And are you targeting anything, or are you just trying to throw it out in the open?
I think more on the ground, not trying not to hit a pile of bones.
Okay.
Yeah. See if I can relive my glory days back on the team. That's a 15. Still got it.
You do still got it. All right. So you give it a huck. It goes just kind of plunk, 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 plunk. Yeah, bleed chuck ball really good. Ball bearing real good. Good GUD. So you huck ball real good. And ball clatter against bone and kind of lose inside of wherever it was. Nothing move.
Seems safe.
I would like to actually examine one of the bone piles.
Okay. Tell me
Just
what
to
you're
see if-
examining. What are you looking for? Why?
I'm
examine it?
looking to see, do they actually, like, are they just bones, or is there perhaps something that might be kind of anything that gives me a sense of what they might be?
Okay. Give me a nature check.
All right. Nature may not be my strongest, but we'll see.
You get +1 when you're at creeks.
Or a medicine check.
I do have proficiency in medicine. So I'm going to do medicine.
Okay.
That is going to be a 16
Okay.
for medicine.
So these have been here for a very long time, many, many seasons. Some of them probably older than you are.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But some new to this season. You notice that they all look like they have been digested. So something is eating them and then dropping the bones off here. Or has been for a while.
Has been eating whatever comes in, you mean?
Whatever comes in.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And just for effect, lightning cracks in the sky.
Oh, boy.
Looking up feverishly.
These were eaten.
Okay. You know that so when you were last in the village, the flame was starting to flicker yellow a little bit. You
Oh,
know
no.
that your time is running short. What you want to do?
We only need decoration. Grab run?
We could.
Snatch and grab.
Run in, grab something, run out. Is that the plan?
It's worth a try.
You could try that.
Hop on clock.
Question
Go
is,
ahead.
how will that be taken with the tribe?
We only here to get stuff, right?
Don't have to
thought-
fight everything every time.
I thought that was that was the rules.
Yeah, Trish says don't forget your critical hits.
Does the ground look super swampy ahead of us?
Not super swampy, no. It looks more just kind of like mulchy and slow. You couldn't run, but you could walk quickly. It would take you probably take you a full round in and a full round out to get to the best kind of pile of bones.
Have plan. I'm going to pull out my clutch of holding, which is in the shape of a large stegosaurus. Plan.
Purse first.
Me and Cluck rush in, scoop bones, run like the Dickens, have more than we all need.
It is a known fact that a goblin does carry a clutch of holding.
It is a known fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All time.
All
Some
time.
do.
Accessorize. Rug, what think?
Sounds like plan. Just in case, I'll get ready. I have smirts, distraction. I will do the thing with the distract.
Yes, please. If they eat me, shoot.
Yeah, okay. Seems
No
valid.
goblin left behind.
Okay, so I want to get it clear. So Rug, Mook, and Glebe are all setting up attacks over to
Yes,
so you're all setting
and
up
I am going
ready to attack.
Also, I'm going to do actually so that anything that might be out here might think I'm already gone. And this may not work because I'm trying to look like something that's basically already dead.
Okay.
Hat of disguise.
So you've got what?
I have the hat of disguise.
Tell me what the hat of disguise does.
Which can allow me to, as I recall, to appear to be someone I'm not. And if I were to basically make myself look like a skeleton.
Yeah,
looking.
okay. Amazing. Beautiful. Done.
I'm going to set up a distraction just in case. I'm going to pull out my disco ball and be prepared to light up the night.
There you go.
This is going to be so bad.
It's going to be epically bad.
Okay.
Best plan ever made.
Best
Top tier
plan
goblin, big thing.
ever made. Glebe, what are you doing to get ready?
Already I'll be like holding that great axe like a baseball bat, just like ready.
Okay.
I'm going to move about 10 feet off to one side.
Okay.
I got a clear throw.
Oh yeah, and the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually use, because we're dealing with something that might decide to try to digest us, possibly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna up my con with the chapstick. Ooh.
Okay. What does that do?
That gives me advantage on Constitution.
Nice. That will come in handy.
Little foreshadowing there.
Just throwing that out there right now. A good move. Okay.
Thank you to whoever got that.
Yeah. So somebody just said, Trish said, I want fan art of Hork with his toilet seat chain, pincer belt, and a stegosaurus clutch of holding. Anyone who makes fan art of that will get a free copy of this game. I will send them this adventure for free.
Print of it will live on my wall next to my desk for all eternity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got. Yeah, con will be good. Okay. So
Nudge, wink, wink.
Wink, say no more. All right. Hork and Cluck charge in.
Do you need anything specific from me to go run in and scoop?
No, because Cluck is moving for you, right? Okay. And are you scooping up? Do you want to scoop the first thing you see, or are you going for that really cool glowy orb?
think we're just going with a bone pile, so I'm not going to change the plan. As lovely as that is.
Okay. All right. So you charge in, you go for the bone pile, you scoop up, and as you scoop, your bag catches on something, and then it lifts up with you hanging onto it. And in front of you, or you are hanging from, an onkeg. An onkeg is a large monstrosity. This thing looks like a giant, it looks like an ant with the head of a praying mantis and the forearms of a praying mantis, but it is twice the size, 4 times the size of any one of you. And this thing looks down at you, dangling in front of its 8 beady eyes, and it just screams with its 12 mandibles. Get up the fire! Get him now!
Light up the disco ball and throw it and try to bonk it right off its forehead.
Amazing. Tell me what the disco ball does, please.
It sheds bright light within 60 feet, I believe it is. Glittery disco ball is a must-have for any adventurer delving into dark places. This place doesn't get any darker. Illuminating the area 60 feet around it, it's the perfect item for a party or a dungeon crawl. This is both.
Hork was ready for this to happen, so Hork is not blinded for 1 round. The onkeg will be, you'll have disadvantage to attack. It will have disadvantage to attack. You will all have advantage to attack it. Next ready to action was Mook. Mook, what was your ready to action? Throw a dart?
I'm gonna throw a dart at this thing because I'm not there yet. So whack it from a distance.
Whack it from a distance.
Okay. Oh, I see what happened. I moved. That moment when you move windows and you're like, okay, what did I do with the one I was looking for?
While you're doing that, I'll describe what the scene looks like. So the disco ball is hovering in the air right in front of the onkeg's face, and around all of you here, a light comes down from, oh my God, whoever just did that gets a fucking inspiration. And
I know
that language, because that was amazing that you just Homestar runnered me.
Yes.
Yeah. The cheat, we done put the light switch for you to have a light switch wave.
The system
All right.
is
All
down.
right.
The system is
Dancing robot. Dancing robot.
I was gonna say
Nice.
this field is very Kristen, you look burnt or dead. It's very that.
Dancing dart with an 18.
We are dating
Nice.
ourselves horribly, but I'm here for it.
Whatever. All right.
And that's gonna do 6 piercing.
Yeah, 18 is a beautiful hit. 6 piercing, nice. So you rolled that with advantage, right?
I did not.
Well, roll again. Maybe
See
you'll
if
get a
you can
critical.
get a crit.
All right.
Critical, critical.
All right. Here we go. Thank goodness I remember what
What
my
colors?
hit was.
What colors do your disco ball do, Rug?
All colors. It is full
Nice.
rainbow.
Mook,
Oh.
you see all sorts of black all over the place.
Wow. And in the midst of that black, the best is still the 16
All right.
or whatever
so
it was I said before. It was
18, and that still hits.
18. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So it hits.
For 6 piercing.
Nicely
So it
done.
was.
6 piercing it is. Okay. All right.
My dice like to roll 3s tonight for some reason. My damage dice.
And Glebe, you are not next to this thing, so your ready to action will not trigger. I'm so sorry. Unless you want to scream and throw your battle axe at it.
I would like to scream, but not through that. Like Mr. Bumps again.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna roll initiative. Please.
All right.
Oh, y'all are in trouble.
13 for Hork.
13 for Hork. Beautiful. Rug, how'd you do?
14, please.
Mook,
15.
And glebe.
9.
Oh,
Enjoy that. I rolled a 17.
Oh,
So,
Sucks
Unkeg.
to suck for us.
Sucks to suck
Oh,
for
no.
you. So it'll go the Unkeg, then it'll go Mook, then it'll be Rug, then Hork, aka Dinner, then Glebe.
I am a snack.
Hi, girl. Hi. Okay. So the Unkeg is going to bite down on you. I'm so sorry.
Can we offer some chicken? We have some lovely chicken.
Well, it's eyeing up the chicken, but Hork is literally hanging right in front of its mandibles.
Don't worry, Cluck will come through with his pompadour of violence.
Does a 15 hit you?
Oh, it does.
All right.
Right on the money.
Right on the money. Okay. So you are going to take, hey, audience, can I please have 2d6 rolled?
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
We got a 5. Or is that from 2d6? A 5 and a 2. Okay, so you're going to take 5, 6 slashing damage, and you're going to take 2 acid damage from the goo kind of drooling out of this thing's mandibles. It is hungry, and it's already ready to digest you. Okay, Mook, it's your turn. So you see this thing latch on. Now, just to throw this into a little bit more of a terror, you are now grappled by this thing. Until this grapple end. Nope.
the other dude.
Hork
Okay.
is, yeah.
Hork is.
So Hork is grappled until this grapple ends. I will only be able to bite you, and I advantage to do so on you. Okay. Do you know what grappled means, or would you like me to read it out?
Read to me again, just remind me.
Yeah, no problem. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it doesn't benefit from a bonus to speed. Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. So if I'm knocked off, the condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect. So if you're pushed from a Thunderwave spell, that would move you away and I would lose that grapple. Okay.
Did you roll a disadvantage because it's still blinded from the disco ball?
Oh.
Oh!
This is where the 1 happens again.
Does a 13 hit you?
It does not. I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry.
you're not, but that's okay. That's amazing.
Disco ball, thank you, whoever gifted me
Whoever
that.
donated the disco ball, you are amazing.
You've saved me.
Okay, Mook. F this thing up.
All right, I am going to F it up because it's the only target.
So you're gonna have to move in to hit it with your dart, or like it's too far away to hit with your dart from. You're more than 20 feet. So I gave you that one because you readied it. But to do another, you'll have to move in, or you'll have to move in all the way to hit it with your staff. If you want to staff and whack.
I think that I'm gonna go ahead and do I want to dart it or do I want to?
I mean, if you go up and you staff and crit on your staff, that is a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think I'll try to do that.
You don't need to try. You haven't used your crit yet, have you?
Have I, or did I? I don't think I have.
No.
You haven't.
Just
So
me
you
so
can
far.
you can use your
You're right.
inspiration and get an automatic crit.
That's one I haven't used yet. Okay.
Absolutely. Go crit that thing with the staff. That's no moon, Izzy says. You've been disco balled. That's no moon. All right. Go inspiration that staff and then whack that sucker.
All right. Now that I've gotten the hang of doing auto crit.
You got it.
Okay. Okay, damage is going to be 10 bludgeoning.
Izzy just said, "Show 'em who's boss, my agents of chaos."
It
I think your new queen at Tribe is named Iz.
might be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
Okay,
I seem to remember that now. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
10 on that.
10 damage. Nicely done. Okay, so now roll your whack.
And here we go. This
Come
one's
on,
gonna
critical. Come on, critical. Rug, you up next.
be okay. And that will be not a crit, unfortunately.
That's okay.
It's a 15.
A 15 is a hit.
Yes. All right. So in that case, it's a 5 damage
Okay.
against this praying mantis imposter.
Nicely done. Okay. And Rug, you up next.
I am going to. I think this is probably a good time to use my critical as well.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry.
Better say sorry.
No kill like overkill.
That's right. Oh, 6, 9 points of damage.
Okay,
Please and
nicely
thank
done.
you.
Yes.
And I'm going to move about another 5 or 10 feet to other way.
So if you go any other way, so right now you have direct line. If you go either of the directions, you will lose direct line because you remember bone piles all over.
Right.
Yeah. So you
Unless I
either
climb
stay
to the
within
top
the
of
30.
the bone piles. No, I'll stay where I am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hork, you go.
All right.
Hork,
Well,
Hork hurt. Much ow from Hork. And
Okay.
I'll even let you. I'll let the audience decide what mood Cluck's in. I can't even decide. Like I'll let the audience decide what Cluck's gonna do.
But wait, it missed Hork, didn't it?
I hate you. It's so mad at Hork. It's so mad at Hork. I mean, I don't
have-
amazing.
right? It's fine. Everyone loves Hork. I don't have advantage right now, right?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself advantage for one of my inspirations.
Okay.
But as well, I was double checking if I should use it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, make my main attack first.
Yeah.
Main attack 11.
Okay.
Sorry, advantage. Sorry. 15.
Nice. Okay.
Is that a hit?
15 is a hit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll my dagger. That's
Literally
not-
the number you need.
Yeah, the offhand's a 9, so that dagger will not hit.
That will not. Yeah, no.
So 8 damage from that.
Okay. So
That, I
this
mean, that's
thing
all.
is just taking like it's just you just got wounds all over its carapace. Like it's just yeah. It's like its kitten is just like getting chopped up.
And what's
Lee-
the
oh sorry.
what's the mood? What's the mood that?
Anger. It's angry. It's very angry. Oh,
Oh, for
Cluck
Cluck.
now have a stabber wants to try.
Wait, attack normal disadvantage D4 damage.
Oh
on
god,
fear, like,
this
what do
is
you-
just going to be so many disadvantages. Yeah, it's literally a chicken with it's a cockatrice with a spear attached to its head. So it's going to be a disadvantage roll. I'll let you add +1 to the roll. +2.
So it attacks with an angry 3.
It attacks with an angry 3. Yeah. All right. I mean, again, it's a cockatrice with a spear attached to its neck, so it doesn't exactly look all that gangly. It's pretty all over the place. Yeah.
This is the chicken from Moana here.
Oh my god, Cluck is the chicken from
Oh no.
easily the best character in the whole damn movie.
Well, it
Such a
was
good character.
it was plucking it or
When
it
it
was
screams, I just
going
about
at
cried laughing.
stones. So yeah.
All
And
right.
that, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna back away.
Oh, okay. It will attack with opportunity. 13 to bite you. Wait. Yep, 13 to bite you. Nope. Okay.
We move a full like 15, 20 away.
All right. Okay. All right, Glebe, you up.
All right. Okay. Is this within range that I could like run up to it and hit?
It would take all of your move to get up to it because it's difficult terrain, but yes, you could do it.
All right. Yeah, I think it's time to use that crit. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm gonna get the great axe out, go for the big whack. Ooh, okay. So it's automatically crit, right?
You don't need to roll. It's just an automatic crit. You betcha.
Okay.
So excited. So it's 2d12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Giggle.
This is gonna be good.
All right. So we got 13 and 8. Yeah. 21.
21.
Yeah.
21 points of damage. You just did 21 points of damage.
I think that's the biggest
level
hit
one
all day.
Glebe, what's your kill shot look like?
Ooh, oh my god.
Oh yes, go Glebe, go.
I want it to be like, you know, in like the first Avengers when they first kill one of those big flying things and they like hit it in the nose and it like flips forward. I want like that.
That's the secret. I'm always hungry.
I'm always hungry. Full on. So this thing is taking a deep inhale. You get the feeling it was about to try its acid spray on all of you because you're in the area that I was prepping you for. Instead, you punch it right in the face and it kind of pops from the backside from internal pressure and flips over aside. Lands twitching and very, very much not alive. Well done, everybody. I was not ready for any. I didn't get a single damage on any of you. And just to put it out there with 4 goblins, this is a deadly encounter. Like, there's no way I should have done no damage at all. So screw you, inspiration and disco ball BS.
I guess that chapstick is like a preventative.
Yeah, well, it would have been con saves for the acid. Well done. So this oncake, it really does look huge. So these oncakes are big. So they've got like, I'll move back so you can see, they've got like a head piece that kind of goes up in like almost like a Y and then down in like a W almost at the top. So it's this big sort of upper fan.
Looks like a xenomorph queen.
It looks like a xenomorph queen. That's perfect. Yes. And it's got like ridges and edges and spikes all over it. There is a plethora of wonderful goodies and biddies and ditties that you can take. There's spikes and claws and pincers and eyeballs, whatever you want.
Ridge goes like that.
You want a ridge that goes like across the bottom neck? Is it covering your neck?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? Yes.
With your
so
football helmet.
Off the top, off the mask, and it comes down and covers and yeah.
Oh, it is so fucking stupid.
What?
I love it. No, it's not. There's no insult there at all. It's just fantastic. It's the idea of this football helmet sort of swooping onto the pizza with this crappy cut up eyeballs and then this dangerous looking neck piece around the bottom of it. Just so odd.
Don't forget the eyebrows.
Oh yeah, an eyebrow.
Yeah, that's what those are.
Yeah, a pincer on one side for an eyebrow, and torn off proboscis on the other.
I think I decided it went like pincer, proboscis.
And then the spike down the top. That is a fan-freaking-tastic. I'm down for your mask. That is wonderful.
Art imitates life.
Art imitates life. All right. What's everyone else taking?
Is it like a compound eye? Or is it like a Like, would it have like, you know, the little bits or?
Whatever you like. It is a fantasy creature that has no rules. I always thought it was kind of like a spider's eye.
Okay, yeah. If they were like little beady eyes, I kind of want something to function as rhinestones.
Oh, 100% they can do that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like
I got my trophy.
Yeah, they're absolutely, that's fantastic. I love it. Okay. How about Rug?
I'm going to try to find some chitinous bits, I suppose, because what I want to do is I want to, across the top, I want to do like a thin little piece and then almost build like a crescent moon shaped upside down.
Oh, okay.
Sort of
yeah.
absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem.
Going from
at
the
all.
points of my football.
Yeah. You have a football helmet too? Did you find one as well? All right. Okay. Is it like a team collection?
Are we gonna all like have footballs for the base or something?
You said we found like 5 of them. You were
gonna
gonna have a chat roll for colors.
I did. Yeah.
Isn't it true that in Goblin football, all the gear and clothing is made of footballs?
Yes.
Well, you'd know. You were the captain.
Yeah. That's how you know.
You would know. Izzy says your helmet is the grisliest to take on the Sailor Moon tiara. I'm here for that. All right. And Hork, what part did you take?
I want to take all the mouth mandibles that screamed at me with.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of them. Two of them are huge. Like the two that grabbed you are almost the same size as you.
I'll just take all the little ones.
Okay. I mean, you could attach them as their like full headpiece.
I've got mandibles from the other the beetles.
Yeah.
So I want like pinhead.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is, if we were playing in person, I would actually make you draw out your masks on the back of your character sheets.
Oh God!
But since we're playing online, what I'll get you to do is, can you please describe, as we get back to your village, the masks that you are wearing? So your full mask, all of the parts that you grabbed together, put together. Glebe, I'm going to start with you this time.
Okay. So the base, I wanted to be the cockatrice beak.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting just for 1 sec. I forgot to say, we gave a donation to anyone. If somebody was going to donate, they could pick a base color. So a primary color of your mask must be lavender. That was the donation request. So there must be a primary color of lavender on your mask.
Okay.
Or
I love that.
Black for Mook. That other black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, would the cockatrice beak be wide enough to be like, I'm thinking of like putting it like the flat side and then the pointed side up. So it'd be like,
yeah,
that would be the
absolutely. Yeah. All right.
And then I'll have little eye holes at the bottom of it so I could see through it. So that's like,
I mean, you could look through its nostrils probably.
Oh yeah, I'll look through the nostrils. Yeah, that'll be the eye holes.
Yeah, okay.
And then I want to rhinestone that with the onkag eyes. And then the fishnet I want to drape down from the mask down.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Orville Peck or like Lone Ranger mask kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And people can choose either if they want it all to be lavender or just the beak or just the fringe, like the net. But yeah.
Okay, so we'll let the audience decide what's going to be purple in that, what's going to be lavender. Sorry. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, nice. I love it. A Rug, what does your mask look like?
Is my base lavender as well?
So everyone has a primary color of lavender. You can choose how you're going to use it.
Okay.
The beak for sure, Glebe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this looks absolutely lovely with the lavender base. Off of the points of my helmet, that is where I attach my pseudo dragon wings. So I've got these Viking wings sticking out the side that I tore off to pseudo dragon.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
All across the top, there is the leather from the vampire creature, whatever they were, that definitely didn't kill
Oh,
me.
The sturge.
The sturge, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. That kind of drapes down the back to around my neck. The whole thing, the whole top is covered in those lovely chartreuse scales, very carefully placed, every single one in the strangest, not quite accurate diamond pattern. They're all just a little bit skewed. A little bit of netting draped down the back.
Amazing.
And then, of course, my lovely Sailor Moon, grizzly Sailor Moon tiara part at the top with these wings sticking out the side.
The fact that you're wearing that football as a helmet is just so stupid. I love it. Is that the lavender part?
That's the lavender part.
All right, great. All right, amazing. Okay, Mook.
All right. So yeah, I'm doing the whole, ovoid.
Yeah.
The middle of it is the main helmet is this ovoid football.
Amazing.
Tapering into, the football edges. I suck at gesturing. So
no, it's fine. You're nailing it. It's good.
Okay.
I love it.
And then the proboscis is over here. The stinger's over here.
Yeah.
So it's proboscis, stinger.
So stupid. I love this so much.
Stinger's on. Okay, I should actually follow my own guidelines and actually.
Do you leave is the stinger hanging out so that you can like, is it hanging out the side of your face so you can like side swipe somebody and sting them?
I don't know that it actually has any sting left in it, but
it's still got a stinger. You could just like sting people.
Ear tactics.
Look how you sting.
So yeah, the stinger is coming out kind of from my right eyebrow.
Absolutely, yes.
And then the proboscis is coming out from my left eyebrow, and they're kind of at a
everyone gives you a 5-foot berth because if you shake your head too hard, you'll either slap somebody in the face with the proboscis or the stinger.
Yeah, with the proboscis. And then the crest is coming up the back. And then coming down.
Full on. And then the shield at the front. Yeah.
The neck shield down here.
Amazing. All right, Pork.
All right, so I'm going to take the soiled potato sack from the dump, and that's going to dye lavender. It's going to dye lavender. We'll cut the eye hole so I can see and adhere the human face to that.
Oh, I forgot about the human face.
Yeah, so we're going to start there. We're going to take the fishlets, and that goes like right on the forehead for the third eye, and the fish eye is going to be fixed in the middle of that. Those big, the mandibles from the beetles are going to go into the human mouth, and then the red goo is going to create glowing red lipstick. And the little mandibles from the last one, it's going to just pinhead the whole space, all across it. And that's the mask.
That's a horrific mask. I love it.
That hunter's potato sack on.
It's so good.
And we'll bamf for one last time, and I will be just in red sequin Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
Amazing. Okay. So the village loses its mind when you walk back in. Gronk stands. The crowd hushes. The last flicker of blue goes to green, then back to yellow, just as you arrive. Queen nods. Queen is nods approvingly. You make it. You come back. Good. Gronk stands up. You live. You hunters now. What your new name be? So here's how this is going to work. What you're going to do is each of you takes your turn standing up in front of your audience, your crowd, and you will say, I is, and then your first name, and the rest of the team and the audience watching us right now are going to yell out the what. So a good example would be like Blorp the biter, Gronk the leader, Tim the failing. Like it's
I know him. I think I know him.
Yeah.
Heard of that guy.
Yeah. So what would you like? So you'll stand up and say, I am. So you're going to be Hork, you'd be I Hork the, and then the rest of the team and the audience will be able to like give you the whatever. Okay. So audience, get a bunch of thes ready to go. So there's not a whole big delay. That's why I'm saying it now early. See, now I'm smirked. We're going to do Hork, then we're going to do Mook, then we're going to do Rug, then we're going to do Glebe. We're going to go in that order. Okay. So, are my players ready? Okay.
Yes.
And
So
if
you
I
guys-
totally stand, I will mess up the camera. So
No, I don't want you to actually stand. I'm talking about your characters. Yeah, no, you're fine. Your characters stand. If we were in a live game, I'd make you actually stand. Actually
And
do
I
that.
would gladly, but
Yeah, absolutely.
my camera view is only so big.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. So Hork, it is your turn. Please take the stage.
Walk up, giving the guy a wink as I go by. Just,
You give Gronk a
I'm.
wink. He
Oh
kinda
yeah.
sh- He kind of shudders with your human face.
Is there a Mrs. Hork? In the middle, everyone just. I'm Hork, the.
All right, team. Hork the
Runway.
Fabulous, we see in the chat.
I got runway.
Hork the Runway.
Yeah.
Hork the Fashion Plate.
I was gonna say fashionista, but
Mhm.
Okay, so we got the Fabulous, the Fashion Plate, and the Runway. I like all of those. So I'm going to abstain, but you three have to pick. Talk it out.
What was the first one again?
You've got the Fabulous, the Fashion Plate, and the Runway.
I don't know how
I
to
like
like
both
that. Never
fabulous.
came into it, but
We've got one for Fabulous. Okay.
I like fashion plate.
One for
Ditto.
Fashion Plate. Two for Fashion Plate. Fashion Plate it is. Hork the Fashion Plate. Amazing. Okay, Mook, it's your turn.
All right. I'm standing.
Yeah.
Perfect martial arts, resting
You-
stance.
Do you even, oh, you do like that perfect pose like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Mook.
All right. Mook we got the staff and bash in the chat instantly. You didn't even get a chance to say I'm Mook. They instantly just dropped it in the staff and bash. I'm like, awesome.
It was
Staff and
originally
whack.
staff and whack, but staff
mean,
and bash works.
Yeah, you staffed and you bashed. I think that's fantastic.
It rhymes with fashion plate too, which I
It
like. It's
does.
like we're like a
That's
crew.
right. That's right. All
The
right,
staff and bash
amazing.
and the fashion plate. Yeah.
All right, so Hork the Fabulous. Oh, it's Hork the Fashion Plate. Hork the Fashion
Yeah.
Plate. Okay, Hork the Fashion Plate and Mook the Staff and Bash. All right, Rug's next. Okay, Rug, you're up. What are you gonna do?
I is Rug.
All right, Rug the. All right, and what do you three have for Rug?
Hmm.
We got Rug the Shiny. That's good.
DJ.
Rug the DJ.
Oh yeah.
Retract. Rug the Mix Master.
Rug the Mix Master. Rug
Yes!
the Smirt. We've got Rug the Smirt.
Rug the smirt. Oh
I
yeah.
do enjoy Rug the Smirt, but Rug the Mix Master is very good as well.
Rug the sailor scout.
Rug the Sailor Scout. The Sailor?
Rug the sailor. Ooh.
Sailor?
I like the title Sailor for people. Hey,
I
Sailor.
kind of like
Hey,
Mixmaster
Sailor.
myself. But...
Spark up a smoke, sailor.
How long
right.
you at port? Okay.
What do we got? What do we got? We got Mook the
Rug
Rug the Mixmaster. Are we doing Mixmaster? Everyone's happy with that? Yes. All right.
I'm
done.
into that.
All right. Okay. Glebe's last. Glebe, you stand up. Sorry, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm doing like one of those like touchdown dances as I go up. Like
Completely unnecessary. Yeah.
I
Gary,
am
the ref, is on the sideline trying to blow his whistle, but everyone is breaking it every time he pulls one out. They snap it in half. Let him dance.
I am Glebe the
Glebe the. What do we got, players?
Glebe the champion.
Yes.
Glebe the champion. Glebe the touchdown I've got in chat.
Faux cleaver.
Glebe the axe master. That's pretty sweet. I do dig that one. Yeah. Bone cleaver is good too. Yeah. What are you thinking? We got a few.
I'm digging
Like
the Axe Master.
The
Yeah.
axe master. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That works.
Glebe the axe master. It is.
Woo! Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
So the rest of the hunters place their masks on their head to honor you and welcome you to Hunter Tribe. Congratulations, you are now hunters within your tribe.
Awesome.
Good game, everyone.
Oh.
And I didn't quite die.
Quite done.
Yeah, I came close to, ironically, it was that dang Sturge that brought me close.
I know.
And
I
that's
love
why I
this
ended
Sturge.
Oh my gosh. I fought Sturges in 4th edition. This is actually the first time I've actually fought Sturges since then.
Putting them inside of a pseudo-dead human. The human was petrified, right? So cockatrices turn things into rock and then eat it. Well, it's rock, right? So it had done that. We just got a GG. Good goblins. Good as in GUD.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the Sturge thing I realized, like I had DM'd before with Sturges. I was like, oh, I used them wrong. That's how they work.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
are definitely backup creatures. They're there to just cause havoc. That's I cannot
appreciate
believe you have danced with a goddamn cockatrice. I am so impressed with you. That is bravo. Yeah. The last time I ran this game, I had somebody used Zila, and every time Zila's our sorcerer. But goblins aren't so good at magic, so every time she casts a spell or they cast a spell, every time they cast a spell, wild magic occurs. So the one that was playing them ended up summoning flumps. And then rather than looking at the flumps all cute, they attacked and killed the flumps and everyone used flumps as costume masks. So the one had a mask is like this, like stretched his face way out so he couldn't see anything because it was so tight on his face. I'm like, that's amazing.
Oh no,
Yeah,
like
it
a
was so good.
blobfish.
Yeah, like a blobfish, exactly. Yeah. That was with I played with Sly Flourish on Twitter. So you can now go on Twitter, tag Sly Flourish, and be like, I just played Tim's Goblin game. He told me about he used the tentacles from the flump as a predator mask.
Oh wow.
It's terrifying. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, thanks for playing, everyone. That was super fun. Good goblining.